Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Everyone chants. Loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Harinam Prabhu ki, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai, Gaur Premanande.
Thank you, Bali Mardhan Prabhu, for the nice kirtan. Loud Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So now we're starting the memorial ceremony. An hour and a half behind because I think everybody had a very heavy lunch, so need to a siesta. So I think so devotees are not charged up. So now we should probably start the program because a lot of stalwart devotees are here who will be speaking, and I think my worry we may overshoot the time. So dinner prasad will be 9 o'clock or after, so be prepared for that. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to welcome His Grace Shashti Prabhu, Sri Prabhupada disciple. Haribol. With a very close association, Maharaj. So we'll give some time, let more devotees come, then we'll hear from Shashti Prabhu, a lot of things to share. I think we'll start with our Purushottam Prabhuji will come. He speak, then after Advaita Prabhu, and then I think we'll start the process. Requesting is whoever is associated Guru Maharaj, even for like a couple of minutes, please speak your heart out. This is a day to express your feeling, and you'll feel good about sharing. Something very beautiful, sweet, whatever is there, just speak up for even 1 or 2 minutes for that. Thank you so much. Purushottam Prabhu, will you come? And try to keep it short because the stalwarts are going to take 20-25 minutes each. 2 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. Because many devotees have already said they have a representative, Advaita Acharya Prabhu, who's representing the whole family for speaking for them. So 3 minutes, okay. Yeah. 3 times. This time, yes.
Okay, now it's okay.
We all can come closer.
Mukam karoti vachalam pangun langhate grim yad kripatam vande Sri Gunudin taridam Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. One more time for Srila Bhagavad. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In New Vrindavan, 1976, I guess that was his first time, last time Prabhupada came to America, 76. While speaking on importance of preaching, in his Khan, Srila Prabhupada said, even if a devotee dies while preaching, that will be considered as a glorious death. Why? Because he died while spreading Krishna consciousness. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj planned and executed his efforts day in and day out for spreading Krishna consciousness until his last breath that he took while surrounded by devotees, his followers in Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam. We sing this every time. That is understanding the true heart's desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So question arises, what was Guru Maharaj's true heart desire? How he could have accomplished all that? This is the question in minds of many. When we look Srila Prabhupada, the founding Acharya, what was the spirit behind him? The spirit was to serve his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And we have seen the same spirit in same spirit in Guru Maharaj. That is his loving surrender to his Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. That is the spirit of our Guru Maharaj that explains all his achievements and importantly his character that he leaves behind for others to follow. Appearance of his Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj is unequivocally connected to help Srila Prabhupada. His Holiness, born in an aristocratic family, in a military family, graduated from prestigious Delhi University as a meritorious student, studied in France, McGill University, Canada, worked for Pepsi Cola, Bristol Myers Squibb Pharma, very big pharma. I used to review their new applications in FDA. And eventually gave up everything to help Srila Prabhupada in his mission. He was one of the commanding generals of Prabhupada's Sankirtan party. Guru Maharaj, you were able to engage all kind of people in Krishna's service. As a result, you have achieved so much in such a short time. Your accomplishments are historic, unmatched, and exceptional. Because of your efforts in Delhi alone, there are so many magnanimous temples and preaching centers. When Guru Maharaj was asked, how did you accomplish all that? He said, I'm not doing anything. This is all Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, your association has great influence on Prime Minister of India, President. They have all glorified you after your departure from this material world.
Hi everyone, Mark Barden here
Guru
at Sandy Hook.
Everyone knows what you accomplished in the capital of India. But what you achieved
In the heart of Bharat lies
is not quite understood. Guru Maharaj, you became a GBC at a critical juncture here in Potomac. There was an exodus. That is, most of the resident devotees left the temple premises. You remember that? There were attempts to sell the property. In fact, one part was already sold. So many things were happening, and you are our only hope. In that context, there are so many flashbacks and so many memories coming to my mind. I was not initiated at the time. Actually, Guru Maharaj had no disciple at that time. This morning, I am meditating on your Washington Yatra. Those days, you used to travel alone. There was no servant to accompany you. Guru Maharaj, I used to pick you up from Dallas Airport. As soon as you enter in the temple premises, you would offer Dandvat Pranam to the deities from the parking lot. Where now the temple, there was a hill, and he sees the deities from the windows, and he offered it.
In the heart of Bharat lies Kurukshetra, the sacred land where the Mahabharata war took place and where Lord Krishna spoke the eternal wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. The very first shloka of Bhagavad Gita begins here with Dharam Kshetre Kurukshetre, thus glorifying this land of unparalleled spiritual potency. Over time, however, the glory of this land fell victim to invasions and destruction. And for ages, adharma prevailed where dharma once ruled, and the spiritual heritage of this holy place seemed lost to history. After independence, though Kurukshetra grew and many developments were completed, including schools, hospitals, colleges, museums, and other modern amenities flourished. But there was no grand temple to broadcast the glories of Dharma to the world. And therefore, the heart of this sacred land, its spiritual core, remains unfulfilled. Until Srila Prabhupada, the visionary founder Acharya of ISKCON, dreamed of reviving Kurukshetra's lost glory in his writings. He envisioned a magnificent temple.
Guilty that I am not able to do so much I thought I would do for uplifting the Washington project. I would be very grateful if you all initiative Grihastha disciples, in addition to your Grihastha duties, also help the local temple. I understand that Rajaram, you remember Rajaram, he was the architect, has prepared a very nice design for the expansion. So please help realize this vision. By preaching, everything will be possible. Do not underestimate how Krishna's mercy will flow. All the Lord wants is our determination and sincerity. Please chant your rounds attentively and spend as much time as you can speaking and preaching. Your well-wisher, Gopal Krishna Goswami. Unquote. Guru Maharaj, you lived forever in my heart. All glories to Srila Guru Maharaj and Gauranga, your eternal servant Purushottam Das. Hare Krishna.
Requesting Advaita Prabhuji, please come speak next. Huh? Speak over. Yes, okay. So requesting Geeta Mataji, if you come, please speak.
Hare Krishna, Srila Bhagavad Pada Ki Jai. So we are going to speak as a family. Of course, we all are family. Spiritual family, but material family. I met Srila Bhagavad Pada in 1985, and he invited me to attend his lecture in BI in Juhu, Mumbai. And there I heard him say that the spiritual master sows a seed of devotion in the heart of a devotee. So he asked any questions. So I asked him, foolish of me, I asked him, how can I get the seed of devotion? And I was surprised. He said, I have already sown it for you. So I was like, Jai. Yes. He's so merciful, so compassionate. I remember we used to come to Washington, D.C. because there were no disciples in Atlanta in the 90s, early 90s. Prabhu knows we used to drive and come from Atlanta, many hours drive. So one time we had bought a new car. So when we came, Maharaj said, oh, you have a new car, red color, he said. And then he asked me, do you drive? I said, yes. So he said, okay, show me. And he took me for a drive. He took my driving test. He said, okay, these are the directions. And he sat in front while I was driving, so you can imagine I was like shaking. And so then after we went to some devotees, not a devotee, a congregation member's house, and spent some time over there. And when we came back, Maharaj said, you passed the test. I didn't know he was taking my driving test. But the very, very, very important instruction that he gave me. Of course, all instructions are important, but one day we were staying in Juhu temple. We had moved into the temple, and Guru Maharaj called me and he said, I want you to go outside near the main door of Juhu temple, and I want you to preach, to distribute books. And unfortunately, my health was very poor that day. I could barely stand, and I was shaking because of fever and everything. So I told Guru Maharaj, it will probably be difficult for me. And at that time, he looked straight into my eyes and he said, Geeta, I'm trying to take you back to Godhead. Go to the door of Juhu temple and start distributing books. So very powerful that he was always trying, he's still trying to help us that we can go back to Godhead. So I'm not going to take any more time. 2 minutes are over, so you can speak now. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
2 minutes.
Thank you for the Hare Krishna. Thank you for the opportunity. All of us assembled here are very, very fortunate to be disciple of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. We are very, very fortunate. And our dear Guru Maharaj, he's now present in his Vani. So all we need to do is follow his instructions very, very strictly. And that way we'll always be blessed by him. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Bali Mardhan Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salaika Chakshurunmilitam Enai Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaham. So, I met Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in 97 in Delhi, ISKCON Delhi, where I was resident in the nearby complex in east of Kailas, B block. And then I happened to meet, and then I took initiation in 2003 in Seattle, but I live in California. And I took my second initiation also in Los Angeles in 2007, I believe. And that too by mercy of Janardhan Maharaj. He said, you have deities at your home, why don't you take initiation, Brahmin? Then I called Vaisesika Prabhu, and then he gave me a letter. So there are many inadequate things we can see from Guru Maharaj. I just wanted to highlight few. One time I was just massaging Maharaj, and he said that tomorrow you are going to shave my head, because I don't know, because I shave my own. So I was like shaking myself. Then Maharaj again announced that you are going to do it. I could not sleep that night because I have to do it. I don't know. Then I said, Maharaj, I can't take this service, because if I cut your head somewhere else, it will be really, I can't forgive myself my whole life. So then Maharaj understood my the ability of shaking and all. Then he said he declined his intention to go for shaving his head. And one time in Berkeley, we are having, in its very earlier days, there is no iPhone that time. Maybe a lot of people are not using BlackBerry and all. So Maharaj is a phone book. And then he gave it to me and find out a number, someone's number, some person's number, and he told me. And I was unable to find out his number, because all address book has different system to go in. And 5 minutes I was looking, Maharaj, you are number one fool. You are living in Silicon Valley, you don't know how to operate. So I was like, so shaky, Maharaj, I was cursing the devices, why the heck it is not coming? Maharaj, it comes in it doesn't matter it comes into you or not. Then we are traveling to another place, and Maharaj asked, how does the GPS work? Well, I didn't know how does the GPS work. GPS work, right? I was throwing some throwaway answer to Maharaj on the spot. No, the GPS, it gets satellite signal, and then you are fooling me or what? How does the GPS work? Simple thing. Maybe a chat GPT or small kid can answer, but I was not able to answer satisfactorily. And Maharaj again chastised me, you are really still remaining as a fool. I said, I am going too much into that. But Maharaj, the mercy is that every time he exposed that we are not in a position to know many things. And in front of the Guru, when you say, there is unlimited I can say, because Maharaj, when he gave second initiation in Berkeley, and then next day he was giving the mantra, and Maharaj asked me to write because earlier days we do not have printout and all, so write my handwritten, the Gayatri, Guru Gayatri and all the mantras. So I was writing, I write in English. Maharaj said, they are Hindi-speaking people. You write in Hindi. I am Odia. I speak Hindi also, but I have long time I have forgot the script myself. And someone said that Maharaj also doesn't write Hindi. He also speaks Hindi, but doesn't know. So then I have to find out my own, all the Bhagavad Gita book, and then find out the structure, Om, Bhurvavasa. Then I was copying and writing down. Maharaj saw that, okay, maybe they will guess it. Put the English and then both this one, because my Hindi script is not good. Then he said, you should learn Hindi. You should learn the Sanskrit script which is given. I said, Maharaj, we are so spoiled. We are always reading the English one, so you forgot to read the one. So any small examples you see, when you have an interactions with the Guru Maharaj, then you will find out that how you are so much of incapable and so much of deficient in every respect. My last note before I end, that when I was in Delhi, earlier days, I don't know, anyone from East of Kailash as a devotee? You are? Yeah. Huh? Yeah, of course, Janardhan Maharaj. But in 97, Maharaj, I don't know, you are there, Vyas Puja used to have in the temple hall. Now the auditorium and then moved to different. So 97 or 98, I don't know. I was chanting 4 rounds or maybe less. I was not even a devotee full time. So that time, I was standing on the corner and some devotee pushed me, go do Abhishek. So I don't know, because there are initiated devotees don't get, but at the time, I was not even full-time initiated, and I don't know even what is Vyas Puja, what's happening. I also went and Charanam Abhishek Maharaj for 2-3 minutes. Then one guy said, okay, do more. So it was very nice experience, my first time. I did like Charan Abhishek for Guru Maharaj in very earlier times, even being as a devotee. So I would like to really thank Maharaj, always kind and merciful glances to all of us, and especially in Silicon Valley, to distribute more books and expand the Sankirtan movement. So I'm very thankful, and thankful to Washington DC devotees, especially Neil Madhav, Adit Acharya Prabhu and all, for organizing such a wonderful program. So we are very thankful. Gurudev ki, Srila Bhagavad Maharaj ki, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful presentation. Next one is Brajpati Prabhu. Is he here? Brajpati Prabhu? Yes. Brajpati Prabhu is a wonderful disciple also. Gives so much support to temples, TOP, follows Guru Maharaj nicely, lives on the west coast, but his heart lies in the east coast.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Gopal Krishna Goswami Tinamine Prabhudasya Saitamya Prakashaya Vitariyascha Pracharan Kirtan Sadhu Bhagavad Padaya Nama. Thank you for the opportunity. So I just came from Kenya. I was with the TOEP in Kenya, and I wanted to share something that Umapati Prabhu said, which I think is a very big glorification of our Guru Maharaj. A lot of people know about Guru Maharaj in India. I met Guru Maharaj in Kenya. I started serving Guru Maharaj around 1992, 1993. I remember I used to go in shorts to school. So Umapati Prabhu shared something with us. Before Guru Maharaj became the GBC for East Africa, it was one of his god brothers. I don't want to take names. And the Nairobi temple did not even have Lakshmi to feed the deities. I don't know how many of you know, this was in the 80s. In the 80s, in the 1980s, yeah. Gopal Krishna Maharaj became GBC in 1984. So it was very interesting because prior to Guru Maharaj becoming GBC for East Africa, I don't know how many of you know, it is actually in the Lilamrit, the deities in Nairobi were actually brought by Srila Prabhupada in the plane with Madhu Dvisa Prabhu. They were personally brought in the plane. And today where the temple is in Nairobi, Srila Prabhupada stepped on that land. And that's where we have some Kenyan devotees here, they know. So what happened, there was a decision made to close the temples, to close the temple in Nairobi. And our Guru Maharaj stated that wherever Srila Prabhupada has stepped, that is a holy land. We cannot close that temple. So the GBC responsibilities were given to Guru Maharaj. I'm very proud to say, under his leadership, today Nairobi has a flourishing temple. We have 2 temples in Mombasa where Srila Prabhupada spent 3 weeks for his recovery. Am I correct, Matajis? We have a new temple in Kisumu. We have 2 new temples being built. We have 2 farm communities. And not only that, we are now in Tanzania. We are building a new temple in Kigali, Rwanda. Not only is the community very flourishing because of Guru Maharaj's blessings, but in addition to that, the Nairobi temple has given a lot of Lakshmi to east of Kailash. We send crores of rupees to build east of Kailash. Now, I don't know if Radhakant Prabhu is here. The entire Gurukul was done mostly from Nairobi. And we just came from TOVP and we collected close to $2 million there. So, this is showing the potency of and glories of Guru Maharaj. A place that was going to be closed today is flourishing. I will also like to share, I'll just give some anecdotes. When I was congregational director for Los Angeles, and I came to that temple, one of the first duties I was given by Swavas Prabhu was the earthquake retrofit for the entire Los Angeles. And when I was given this, I did not know how to approach it. Because I'm a businessman, I know the ethics of how to go and get the permits and get contractors and get the bids, but I did not know how to collect the Lakshmi. And I reached out to Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Although that is not his zone, I reached out to Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and first thing Gopal Krishna Maharaj told me, this is the temple that built, the BBT from here built temples in India. Maharaj remembered that. Maharaj came. Maharaj made all the top donors. And the most expensive project that Los Angeles did was done by the blessings of Guru Maharaj. We collected over $1 million to do the earthquake retrofit. And that was done due to Guru Maharaj's mercy. So I just wanted to share some glories of Guru Maharaj. I have served Guru Maharaj over the years, and I used to give him massage. And I'm a hoteler myself. And we used to have a hotel in a retreat area where we had Bhakti Charu Maharaj, we have Kratu Maharaj, we have a lot of Prabhupada disciples have done retreats. And I reached out to Guru Maharaj. I said, Maharaj, we have a facility. Why do you have to travel everywhere? And why not you just come to the hotel and let all the devotees come? And Guru Maharaj gave me an answer. He says, my Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada went door to door. So I have to imbibe that mood. So this is an anecdote I wanted to give. I want to give another, I'm going to make it short. Another anecdote that I want to give about Guru Maharaj. I asked Guru Maharaj, today your God brothers, God sisters are writing so many books. Everyone is producing a book. Guru Maharaj, why don't you not also produce a book? And Guru Maharaj gave me an answer. All this was during massage. I used to request Maharaj a lot of things. And Maharaj told me, I was made BBT trustee to distribute the books of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This is my job. Maharaj used to give me so explicit answers, there is no ifs and buts, you cannot ask anything further. I remember I even asked Maharaj, actually it was in Kenya, and in Kenya we have two doors, Braj Vilas has seen, we have two entry and exit doors. And Maharaj was going to meet a donor, and Maharaj came out of the other door and my slippers were on the other door, and we were going to a donor. So because Maharaj had already come to the car, I just ran from the other door without shoes or slippers. And when we went to the office, I was hiding my feet, trying to make sure Maharaj doesn't see my feet because I was bare feet. And Maharaj looked at me. Maharaj didn't say anything. It was a big donor. But when we came to the car, Guru Maharaj asked me, why are you bare feet? I said, Maharaj, my shoes were on the other side and you called me and you were already down, so I just came rushing. Maharaj said, we are not beggars. We don't go to beg. We go to give opportunity. So don't go looking like a beggar. So I remember Guru Maharaj also giving us instructions. In Nairobi temple, he will make us hold garlands and wait outside the gate for donors to come. So if he knew any VIP donor was coming, in hospitality, I studied hospitality, but Guru Maharaj was the epitome of hospitality. I have not seen anyone in ISKCON who can do hospitality of Guru Maharaj's level. Even minute details, Maharaj will keep a tab on it. So he will keep us standing outside with garlands, and as anyone was coming, the first thing, he must be garlanded at the gate. First impressions are lasting impressions in hospitality industry. Maharaj knew total TLC, tender love and care. And he didn't show this like, we do for a business deal. He actually genuinely did this. He'll make sure that everything was pakka. Prasad table is set up, everything. So I was seeing the minute details that Maharaj is so particular about. And I think there is so much glorification everyone has to say about Guru Maharaj. I will end with this note. I met literally the richest man in Africa today. His name is Guru. He has actually even a book. And he said something about Guru Maharaj. This guy is called the Steel King of Africa. He owns the steel, cement factories, literally, of Africa. And he said something about Guru Maharaj. He's a man, he's a very sharp businessman. When we went to his house, the president of the country was calling him on a weekend. So he works with the president. Very smart guy, very shrewd guy. But he said something about Guru Maharaj. He said, I have seen a lot of Swamis. And he was a pujari himself earlier in his life, before he became. He says, so I've seen Swami Narayans, I've stayed everywhere. But he says about Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he did not speak a lot, but he knew how to deal with the people. He knew how to have lasting relationships. He knew how to really do things without speaking. And this is a very shrewd man, very prominent man speaking. So I just want to speak some glories about Guru Maharaj. I want to give others the opportunity. But I just want to know that Guru Maharaj's glories don't exist only in India or in America, even in Africa, even in Russia. Guru Maharaj's glories are everywhere. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Rajpati Prabhu. It was so beautiful personal realization. This is what we are talking about. Today is about the personal realization with Guru Maharaj, personal associate Guru Maharaj. These stories, we have never heard about that. And like Balimadan Prabhu shared, today is a day. Don't have to repeat the one you already repeat several times. Try to think about something. And if it's nothing there, let's hear from other devotees. So we can have so much new, beautiful, refreshing memories out there. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Next one, request Srinivas Punrik Prabhuji from Pittsburgh. Please come and speak, Prabhuji.
Srila Bhagavad Pada ki jai. I did not expect that you will call me so quickly. I was just preparing. Sorry. Thank you very much. I did not prepare, honestly. But I met Guru Maharaj only a couple of times, just for a few minutes, but that had made a long-lasting impression. And it had a very profound effect on our spirituality, me personally and my family as well. The one thing that I always admire inspired from the Guru Maharaj is that he has set a very high standards. So whenever I miss any morning program or anything, or deity worship, or book distribution, or anything of that sort, I always feel guilty. My Guru Maharaj has did such a thing, but I'm not able to follow that. That is a great inspiration for me. And the other thing that we have taken from the Guru Maharaj meeting is that, my son has memorized all the 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita with authentic Sanskrit pronunciation. And as soon as Guru Maharaj heard it, he asked my son to recite a chapter. And then immediately he said, you should preach kids and adults and the meanings of the Bhagavad Gita, and as well as how to recite the Bhagavad Gita. And I don't know how to do that because he was just a kid. He was around 10 years old. But we were thinking about it. But now my son is teaching around 5 kids, and he has made them to recite and memorize all the 2 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, and he's also teaching the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. And I never thought that it would happen. It is all the blessings of Guru Maharaj. And that's all from my side. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll request Gopal Hari Prabhuji to speak. You think he has also personal? We'll have Maharaj, all our Shashti Prabhu, all of them speak after that. We just want to make sure that we have few devotees speak up. We're getting another chair actually right now as we speak. So thank you. You smile? Okay. Shyam Prabhu, you there?
From the beginning, Prabhu, from the beginning. So I guess, Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Namne. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne. So I guess today is also the day of Africa. Vrajapati Prabhu just described some amazing pastimes about Africa, and I had the opportunity to serve with Brajapati Prabhu a few times, but always in America. We actually never served in Africa together. But in 2004, I went one time with Guru Maharaj to Kenya and East Africa. And these are images from there. As you can see, very, very divine images. And I just want to focus on a few qualities of Guru Maharaj among the millions of qualities that Guru Maharaj has, and just try to appreciate them. One is that Guru Maharaj always endeared us by his love. He had the power to correct us. He had the power to do whatever he liked. And although he had the authority power, but his affection, he used, as so many devotees have said, he would employ his affection to win everyone's heart. And on the way on that trip, at that time, I was just a young boy, and so he knew how to relate on my level, right? I'm a young boy, and the only thing I cared about was prasadam, right? Prasadam and drinks and juices. So on the plane, and other servants also had this experience. On the plane, Guru Maharaj wouldn't take any juices. He would not drink juices. It wasn't good for his heart. It was, something. But they would always come and offer juices. So Guru Maharaj would keep them, and he would keep collecting them, and he would keep them. And then he was in a different seat, and I was, maybe 4 or 5 rows back. And in between, we would go and, just meet Guru Maharaj, like just check if he needs something, we can get his lunch. So after like 20, 30 minutes, I went to him, and he had this whole pile of juices, like orange juice, apple juice, 7-Up. It was like this whole array of juices. And he said, Gopal Hari, these are all for you. Take them back and drink them. And I was just looking at this big pile of juices. Like, among all the things, Guru Maharaj has, 200 temples to manage, 10,000 disciples around the world, his own, amazing, whatever his own sadhana and all these things, and he still had time to even think about that I have a servant in the back and let me collect juices for him. Why waste these? Use them. And not just 1 or 2, but every time the lady came, he'd ask for a juice. And the air hostess was thinking, why is he asking for so many juices, but he's not drinking any? So that was one instance. Another instance was, as Brajapati Prabhu described, Srila Prabhupada stayed in a house in Mombasa. And all of these images are going through the different places. The first set of images are from Kenya, from Nairobi. And then it's Mombasa, where, this is Kenya, this is Nairobi, where you see this beautiful temple. Just like, it's amazing, right? There's nothing there, and out of the blue, there's this beautiful golden temple. Radha Banke Vihari, yes, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. Yes. Actually, you're glorifying Umapati Prabhu, so I just remember something that I heard from Guru Maharaj's mouth. He said that Umapati Prabhu, he's such a nice devotee. He said, even if you beat him with a stick, he will never complain. And then one time we were in Mayapur, and he said, go in the temple. It was like 2:30, 3 in the morning. He said, go in the temple and get Umapati Prabhu for me. And I said, Maharaj, it's 2:30 in the morning. Should I call him to see if he's there? Because, we were in the guest house, and the temple is quite a distance away. Mayapur, everything is far away. So I said, Guru Maharaj, I can call him and just see, where he's at. He said, no, he'll be in the temple. He's always there, 3 in the morning, chanting his rounds. So very amazing devotee, and he's dedicated his life to fulfilling Guru Maharaj's instructions, who he sent him to Nairobi to do his work. And so this is him giving initiations, and so many black people, as you can see, the locals would come and join and take initiation from Guru Maharaj. And so it wasn't just Indians, even the locals, everyone was attracted to him like a magnet. So we were in Mombasa, and Guru Maharaj's schedule is so intense, right? Morning, afternoon, evening. At that time, Guru Maharaj would do 5 programs a day. So we do like 2 programs a week. Guru Maharaj would do 5 programs a day. He would give morning Bhagavatam class. He would do breakfast program. He would do lunch program. He would do evening class in the temple, and then he would do an evening home program. So he would do 5 programs a day. And it's just, so by the end, the whole trip had finished. And Guru Maharaj, he's never into sightseeing. He said even when he lived in Paris, before he met Srila Prabhupada, he said, I never visited the Eiffel Tower. I lived down the street from the Eiffel Tower, but I never visited the Eiffel Tower. So he had no interest. But again, just his thoughtfulness, his kindness, he asked one of the devotees on the last day, he said, take Gopal Hari on a tour of this place so you can see some things like the ocean, the beach, and Prabhupada's house. Prabhupada's house is there. You'll see a picture of a big house there. They said, you take him on a tour and bring him back, and then we have a flight to catch. It was the same morning when he was leaving. So this devotee took me on a tour, and he was also young, and I was also young. And guess what? We were off on our tour and lost track of time. So we're on the tour, and Guru Maharaj's servant, it's time to go, but he's not there. He's still there. So we came back a bit late, not too late, luckily. We came back a bit late, and Guru Maharaj chastised us. The one thing that I knew always was you could make any mistake, but you could never waste Guru Maharaj's time. His, avyartha kalatvam, that he couldn't waste a moment. So this devotee took me to a whole tour of the place upon Guru Maharaj's request. So many small things like that Guru Maharaj, at every moment, at every step, was always thinking in this way. And the other, very powerful realization, after so many different exchanges, all these things, is Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj always said that eventually everyone realizes that Srila Prabhupada is always right. And that was our experience with Guru Maharaj, that Guru Maharaj is always right. Whenever he said something, at that time we would be like, well, maybe this is right, maybe this is not right. But over time you would see that he is always right. And so many experiences, were like this. One time in Russia, the devotees had just received a piece of land in the center of Russia. This was, like right next to downtown. It was an amazing piece of land. And the devotees, the Russian government had given it to them to build a temple after many years after the Iron Curtain fell down, everything. And so the devotees there were thinking, now the Russian government gave it, now let's publicize it. Because if we publicize it, they won't be able to take it back. So so they started going on TV and, saying the temple is coming up, this is, given by the Russian government. And Guru Maharaj told them right in the beginning, he says, don't publicize it. If you publicize it, they'll take it back. You'll lose it again. And the devotees there who are quite mature also, they're like, well, no, we're Russians, we're locals, we know the pulse of the Russian government, we should really publicize this, and then they won't be able to take it back. And sure enough, after 1 or 2 months, the Russian government took it back and they lost that piece of land. And then later on, the Russian government again then took that land and gave them land kind of out in the country. And it was more secluded. And they were very sad. But then Guru Maharaj said, no, actually, I like this land better. This feels better. If we're too much in the center, we'll always be sort of under attack, right? Still, it was illegal there, everything, but still the Russian government, the Orthodox, Eastern Orthodox Church was, giving trouble sometimes. So he said, no, it's better we're a little bit on the side, not so much in the center, and then things develop more. So I'll stop here. There's so many more pastimes of Guru Maharaj. But Guru Maharaj is always right. Guru Maharaj was the most affectionate also simultaneously. And that's why in this world there's no one like him. Srila Gurudev ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you, Gopala Prabhu. He was personal servant Guru Maharaj for a very long time, and it really served nicely. So beautiful realizations. We'll request Ranchor Prabhu first, and then Dr. Hitesh Prabhu will speak afterwards. Ranchor Prabhu here.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I didn't have a lot of association with Guru Maharaj, but Jagannath Priya Prabhu asked me to speak, so I will. When I first met Guru Maharaj 3 years ago in Detroit, I was young and I was alone. And I had come and I didn't have a properly ironed kurta, so I was wearing a sweatshirt. And it was still COVID time, so I had a mask on. And Guru Maharaj asked me to remove the mask and to see my face. And while I was doing that, I recorded it and heard back. I actually didn't tell Guru Maharaj my name then and there itself. And I was very anxious, so when Guru Maharaj asked, I had a letter of recommendation from the temple authority. And Guru Maharaj asked me to give it to him, so I did. And he said, who is this from? And I said one devotee's name. And I checked the letter back later, and it was actually a different devotee that signed the letter of recommendation for my initiation. But in spite of all of these mistakes, Guru Maharaj, for some reason, he saw something and he decided to still accept me. And then I was initiated later on. But then the last time I met Guru Maharaj, it was in Chandigarh. So I had come to India, and because it was right after my exams, I was in a really tight schedule, and I had to go somewhere else a little bit later, so there wasn't a lot of flexibility. So at the end, I decided to actually go from Delhi to Chandigarh, and I was feeling a little proud because, I was thinking, oh wow, I'm making such a sacrifice, because I don't speak Hindi and stuff, so for me to go to Chandigarh was a little bit scary, but I did it all, and I feel like, oh man, I'm making such a sacrifice to see Guru Maharaj. And when I got there, I realized I actually didn't tell the Shavadar Prabhu that I was coming to India and to see Guru Maharaj. And it was really late for Guru Maharaj at 9:30, 9:45, after he had came from Ludhiana from Rath Yatra. And I realized then that whatever sacrifice that I made for Guru Maharaj, it was nothing in the amount that I inconvenienced him by asking him to meet me so late. That the sacrifice that we make for the spiritual master, there's no match to how much the spiritual master sacrifices for us. So I don't feel so worthy to call myself his disciple, but I'm an object of a lot of mercy from him, and so I beg that all the devotees, the senior disciples here, give me some blessings so I get Guru Maharaj's mercy, so I can purify myself and do something for him. Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Request Dr. Hitesh Patel, Prabhu. Prabhuji is an amazing doctor. I think this is how a doctor should be. Does so much service for all devotees. He's a cardiologist, but so much service. And Guru Maharaj incessant. He used to serve Guru Maharaj. Whenever Advaitacharya Prabhu called or something, he was always there. So I think, of course, he knows a lot of things for Guru Maharaj, so we thought we can share something. Can
Hare Krishna. Oh, yeah. 1 second. Oh, thank you. Yeah, sure. Hare Krishna. It is with both sorrow and deep gratitude that I speak today about a truly rare soul, an Acharya, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, who is the mirror image of Srila Prabhupada. I had the privilege to serve Maharaj not only as a devotee, but as his cardiologist. Yet each visit felt like he was examining me, gently reminding me to chant and deepen my spiritual journey. Even in a clinical setting, Maharaj's main concern was not his well-being, but my well-being. Though I was treating his physical heart, it was his spiritual heart that transformed lives. His deep love for Srila Prabhupada, his tireless service, and his compassion were simply extraordinary. Despite serious health concerns, Maharaj never complained. He always smiled, spoke softly, and asked about others. He put Prabhupada's mission ahead of his own comfort every single time. In his final weeks, I often wished we could have bubble wrapped him to protect his body a little longer and just kept him in Delhi. However, he felt an obligation to preach in Deodan and was a soldier for Srila Prabhupada and Krishna until his final breath. Maharaj was a spiritual general, building temples, guiding thousands, managing ISKCON with strength and humility, yet he was also deeply personal. He remembered names, faces. He made each of us feel seen and loved. For me, Maharaj was more than a leader. He was a spiritual father. In his presence, he made you want to become better, not for yourself, but for Krishna. He left this role with no possessions and no money. That simplicity, that mention of his last rites was just extraordinary. He had complete detachment. That was his final lesson, that a life lived in service to Krishna is greatest treasure and wealth ever of all. Maharaj, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for allowing me to serve you. I pray I can carry forward even a molecule of your dedication to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna in my own life. You live on in every temple you built, every soul you touch, and every act of devotion you inspired. You are and remain a lion in service and a father to us all. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for speaking so beautifully. Prabhu is a wonderful doctor, very nice devotee, so thank you so much. Now I'll request Radhakant Prabhuji. He's all the way from Vrindavan. He's head of Gurukul Vrindavan. So he traveled here just to be part of this ceremony. And he is a person to Maharaj, so he can speak something.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vishnupadale Shrimate Gopal Krishna Goswami Namane Prabhupada Saitam Prakasha Videsha Prashangatvan Sada Bhagavate Namo Shrimate Krishna Vishnupadale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswadevi Gaurvani Prashani Vishnu. Hare Krishna. So thank you, Neil Mother Prabhu. Yesterday evening I was a little bit feeling sad while Vrindavan came here, but today I am feeling very good in the association of all the Maharajas and such a beautiful program today, and very happy to be among all the Vaishnavas. I remember meeting Gopal Hari Prabhu in 2004 when I was studying in IIT Kanpur, so he came with Guru Maharaj, and I met Maharaj in 2003 for the first time. And when I met Maharaj, I don't know why I got the feeling, of course it was a good feeling, that he was looking very close, similar to Prabhupada. Somehow I felt, and of course later I found out that he was one of the most dedicated disciples, and all the time he thought about serving Srila Prabhupada. And that's why the more you think about someone, you look like him. So then I realized that why he was looking like Srila Prabhupada to me. And that was my first interaction with Maharaj. Once when I was a student, Maharaj came to IIT Kanpur and I went to the main gate to receive him. And he told me that you are a smart boy. So that was like his way of encouraging me.
And of course, I got some association. But my main association started with Maharaj when he gave me opportunity to serve in Gurukul. I got initiated in 2006, but then this service of Vrindavan Gurukul I got in 2010. Actually, the Gurukul in Vrindavan, which was next to the temple, it was about to be closed. And Maharaj told in one of the GBC meetings, I heard later, that this was started by Srila Prabhupada, this Gurukul should not be closed. So he said, I'll take up the responsibility. Something similar happened in Kenya as well. Umapati Prabhu told me the story, that they wanted to close the Nairobi temple, and Maharaj said, no, Srila Prabhupada started, we can't close it. So same with Gurukul Vrindavan. And then Maharaj, he gave the service to Lila Purushottam Prabhu and myself, and a group of devotees came there, and somehow we took up the project. And the first time I joined there was no money to pay the salary to the teachers. So I called up Maharaj. I said, Maharaj, from where do we pay the salary? Immediately Maharaj transferred some funds from Delhi temple. So, it took so much detail. I mean, he couldn't have said, now it's your service, you do it. But Maharaj was so compassionate. And he used to always ask me from then on, that are you breaking even? That was the first question he always asked me. In fact, 1 year before he departed from this world, he was in Delhi in hospital. And that time he was very sick, and somehow Prabodhan Maharaj was going from Vrindavan and Arjuna Hari Prabhu, and somehow I went to happen to go with them to meet Maharaj in the hospital. And Maharaj was lying on the bed wearing hospital dress. And then even that time when he looked at me, he asked me the question, are you breaking even? I was like completely, I said, Maharaj, at this condition in the hospital, and he's asking me, are you breaking even? And then he told a few more things about Gurukul, how things are going on. So I was like amazed that Maharaj is completely beyond body. He's talking about service even in the hospital. So Maharaj gave us this kind service in Gurukul, and because of that only I have been staying in Vrindavan. And right from the beginning was always helping us. The whole new campus, I don't know how, maybe few devotees must have gone there. I think Prabhu has gone, Nitya Kishore Prabhu, and who else? Have anyone who visited the new Gurukul campus? Yeah, that's like 20 minutes drive from Vrindavan. So we took the big land and we shifted there so I had no idea how we can build such a campus. But Maharaj said, don't worry, Krishna will arrange to do so. And so actually he personally, Jai Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav Jagannath Baldev Marani ki Jai. So Maharaj personally kind of guided me and sent me to devotees for fundraising. He sent me to Delhi, and he told various devotees to help me. He sent me to Kenya, Umapati Prabhu helped me. So like that, he personally helped for fundraising. And in fact, at one point of time, Pradyumna Priya Prabhu, Piyush Goyal Prabhu from Dwarka temple, so he told that you are coming to Delhi so often, why don't you stay here, be part of Dwarka temple, and you can preach and do fundraising. And I went to Guru Maharaj, and he went to Guru Maharaj, I went, and then Maharaj said, no, you stay in Vrindavan, make that your base, you come and go. And I just realized now that had I taken the decision to stay in Delhi, I mean, things would have been different, but it was Maharaj somehow, he wanted me to stay in Vrindavan. So I continued to stay there. The camp was shifted there, and then we started making beautiful temple, and Maharaj wanted a big temple. And in fact, he sent Dwarkanath Prabhu, one devotee, as some of you must be knowing, who built Mira Road temple, and he did a lot of seva for Guru Maharaj. So he sent him to our campus to make a temple. And he made a beautiful temple of Krishna Balram. Maharaj told specifically, we asked what deities we should have. He said, make Krishna Balram and exactly same like Vrindavan. And that's what we have, beautiful Krishna Balram, same as Vrindavan. And we had no idea, it's a beautiful temple which has come up now. And when the time for inauguration came, Maharaj told me a few times that you bring Yogi Ji, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. And that also, somehow Maharaj had that desire. And the desire got fulfilled. It's not easy to bring him, because a very powerful person in India, like considered second after Modi Ji. But because of Maharaj's Guru Maharaj's strong desire, he came finally. And Maharaj was very happy with the program. And that's how the beautiful temple was inaugurated. And Maharaj was very happy during inauguration time. He stayed for 3-4 days in our Gurukul campus. We still have that room where Guru Maharaj stayed. And later also he came for the first inaugurations, the temple inaugurations annual ceremony, he came for that also. And he was very merciful. Always, whenever he used to come to Vrindavan, maybe at least twice in a year, he used to visit our Gurukul campus. That was his mercy. And the last, I'll just talk a little bit about his final pastimes. So in 2024, he came to Vrindavan after a long gap in April. And that time his health was not good. So I asked Dasharatha Prabhu, he said, look Prabhu, Maharaj's health is not good, don't ask him to come to Gurukul. So I didn't even ask Maharaj. But that day, when he was leaving from Vrindavan to Delhi, he called me up. He said, can I come to Gurukul? I said, yes, Maharaj, of course, please come. So on the way to Delhi from Vrindavan, he actually went by Gurukul. He came there. He spoke to the boys. We had a wonderful question answer session. It's recorded. I think it could be the last question answer session with Maharaj, I guess. And there was a question a boy asked that, Maharaj, Maya is so powerful. Even if we chant, but she's attacking us, what can we do? And Maharaj gave such a beautiful answer. He said, yes, I agree with you, Maya is powerful, but I have a good news for you. Do you want to hear that? And everyone said yes. And then Maharaj said, Maya is powerful, but the good news is that holy name is more powerful than Maya. And it was such a sweet and simple answer by Maharaj. So I was there next to Maharaj. I was just repeating his answers because, as you know, that in the final days his voice was not that clear. So I still that memory is there. I was just sitting next to his lotus feet, and it was like a half an hour question answer, short lecture and question answer session. And he had prasad, and then he went back to Delhi from there. And I asked Maharaj that, Maharaj, are you coming to Dehradun for the meeting? And he told me that I want to resign, but they're not leaving me, something like that he said. And he didn't say yes or no, a little bit, and then finally he went to Dehradun after that. And for that festival, all of you know there's a bureau meeting and the new temple, and that property also, actually Lila Purushottam Prabhu was taking care of that. And Maharaj was always keen to have a proper ISKCON center in Dehradun. We never had a proper, ISKCON never owned a property in Dehradun. It's a long story, I'll not get into that, but then Maharaj strongly desired that we have a center in Dehradun, and he was always encouraging Lila Purushottam to do preach there. And finally we got a property there, and then Maharaj was very happy. So when we got the property, he went there, and he told everyone in ISKCON, all his God brothers and bureau members, that you have such a beautiful place in Dehradun, all of you please visit there. And then the second time he went there was for the bureau meeting. And you must have heard Dasharatha Prabhu told that Maharaj no need to go, but then Maharaj said, I am the host, I have to go. That was his mood, that I am calling all the devotees, so I must be there in Dehradun. And I somehow went there. Fortunately, I was also there in that program. And that was the last Bhumi Pujan program by Maharaj. Just like Srila Prabhupada, his last Bhumi Pujan project was Bhubaneswar in Orissa. And they have a name plaque that the last project for which Srila Prabhupada laid the foundation stone. So Dehradun is the last temple where Guru Maharaj laid the foundation stone. He made so many temples, so many Bhumi Pujan, but Dehradun was the final one. And Maharaj did the Bhumi Pujan program, and he was asked to give a class one day before. And you know what Guru Maharaj said? That my sadhana is not good these days, I can't give a class. Can you imagine? I mean, devotees were in tears. That Maharaj, what sadhana you need? But Maharaj said no, because for last 1 or 2 months, Maharaj was not attending Mangalarti so much. So he said, I can't give the class. And so next day, Maharaj said, everybody can speak a little bit. But of course, nobody else spoke. Only Maharaj spoke for 5 minutes because we had a yagya and time was not there. And Maharaj spoke very powerfully that we should have a beautiful temple in Dehradun and like that. So it was a short lecture. And the program went on nicely. And in the afternoon, Maharaj went for the bureau meeting also for some time. And next day morning, that's on 2nd May morning, we were attending the Bhagavatam class, and then at 10 o'clock we got the news. Myself, Lila Purushottam went there inside the room. And Maharaj was just sitting in his chair that time when we went inside the room. And one devotee was applying ice. There was a little red mark, nothing, didn't look very serious. And then we heard the whole story that how Maharaj did deity worship and the pain increased. And But then Maharaj was talking still. As soon as we entered, his first words were, "It's my karma." Can you imagine? I mean, that was his mood. He said, "It's my karma." Immediately Lord Vishnu said, "No, Maharaj, you have done so much service for the movement." Something like that. And then Maharaj said, "I have simply tried to please Srila Prabhupada." That was his answer. "I have simply tried to please Srila Prabhupada." And there were again tears in his eyes. And then he changed the topic. He said, "Many sadhus came yesterday. The program was very good." And all of us, we said, "Yes, Maharaj." And there was a devotee, the Anirudh Kirtan Prabhu, who was part of the Dehradun temple. He said, "Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, you did the Bhumi Pujan. Now within 2 years, we'll make the temple and you have to come for inauguration." And then Guru Maharaj said, "Man proposes, God disposes." So these were the last words I heard from the mouth of Guru Maharaj. And then we all came out, and for some reason I went to the kitchen and I got his last plate of breakfast prasad before he left the temple. Maharaj honored prasad, and he walked all the way from his room to his own car. He didn't want ambulance to come. Why? Devotees will get disturbed, the meeting will get disturbed. So didn't want ambulance to come inside the temple. In his own car, and he walked. He didn't even take the wheelchair. All of you know that Maharaj never wanted wheelchair. He walked all the way from his room to the temple, which was about 20-30 meters. And then he went to the hospital. That's the last darshan I had. Next day I went to the hospital, but I didn't go inside because many devotees are not allowed to go inside. And then we know the final pastime. So somehow I feel fortunate that I could witness some of the final moments of Maharaj, especially these statements. "I have simply tried to preach Srila Prabhupada." I mean, that these are last few words spoken by him. So that was his whole life. He simply wanted to please Srila Prabhupada. And I myself feel that I have no qualification, but somehow Maharaj gave me a lot of his association and mercy. And once I asked him 1 year before his final pastimes, that, "Maharaj, any service for me? What can I do to please you?" Something I asked Maharaj. And then Maharaj said, "Serve in Gurukul for entire lifetime." So that is my instruction. Guru Maharaj's instruction for me. So I hope that I can serve in that project. We are wonderfully expanding by Guru Maharaj's mercy. We are making university there. This will be the first university of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada also desired to have a university. So it will be Bhaktivedanta University. We already started construction for that. So praying to all the Vaishnavas that I can fulfill Maharaj's instruction to continue serving there. And also this university, Maharaj was also very happy, excited about it. He gave his blessings, permission. And in fact, 2 months before his final pastimes, he asked me also what's happening about the permission. I said, "Maharaj is going on." So we hope that by Maharaj's mercy and Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we continue serving there and expand the project and make the university for Guru Maharaj's pleasure. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Radhakant Prabhu. So wonderful sharing, personalization. Really appreciate that. So now I'll request His Grace Shashtivar Prabhuji. Shashtivar Prabhuji is Prabhupada disciple, more than 50 years in ISKCON, had wonderful association with Guru Maharaj. Especially he was in Juhu, spent a lot of time in Juhu. So, and he's also temple president of ISKCON DC for many, many years, managing with wonderful relationships. So thank you, Prabhuji.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deva Gaurani Bicharane Nirvashisa Sanyavadi Pasadari Sadari Vancha Kopa Tirubhascha Vipa Sindhabhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sri Radha Madhav Ki Jai Jagannath Swami Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. I'm glad you called me. I was becoming very emotional. Some people say that Srila Prabhupada didn't leave any gurus. It makes me very disturbed. Hearing the wonderful pastimes of Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and it makes us feel a little bad because we became householders and couldn't dedicate ourselves like Maharaj. So I'm going to take you back to my first remembrances of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. None of you saw him as a householder. I saw him as a householder. So I was 16, 17 years old in Brooklyn, New York. At that time, the first press was in Tiffany Street. Sunanda Prabhu Ki Jai. My godbrother Sunanda was there in Henry Street. I was a teenager coming to the temple. Sunanda was there cooking, and I used to ride my bike to that temple, the wonderful Henry Street temple. And my service was to clean the book room downstairs, even as a guest. And my first association with Gopal Krishna Maharaj, and I didn't know, is that he was a householder, but he would come and he would help me clean the book room. And we would sometimes go to Tiffany Street and load books back and forth between the press that was in Tiffany Street to Henry Street. So one thing I want to tell you, devotees, and please, my perspective is different from you, so please kindly listen from my background and from my experience. That Gopal Krishna Maharaj, you don't understand, is the redeemer for the Indian community here in America for me. He is the redeemer, right? Gopal Krishna Maharaj, Prabhupada has put so much trust and burden on the shoulder of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. You cannot understand it. In the 70s, when we traveled around United States, and please don't be offended, but we avoided the Indian community, okay? The Indians that came in the 70s and the early 70s, they had the mentality that, oh, I know Krishna, I had enough of Krishna, now I want Dala Dala Dala. They weren't chanting Hare Krishna, they were chanting Dala 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 Dala, right? So when we approached Indians to preach to them, they were the worst. I'm telling you, in this country, we have so many different races here. The whole world is here in the United States, especially in the 70s. Everyone was here, and we distributed books to everyone. Even the Christians, the Munis, and the fanatical Christians were better to preach to them than the Indian community, okay? Because the Indian community did not appreciate Krishna consciousness. But there was my godbrother, Gopal Krishna. He was real. He was the only one in those days. He used to come to the temple in a business suit, right? He was doing his business at that time. And thank the devotees for putting together the Glory of India book, because it just describes all of the inconceivable accomplishments of Gopal Krishna Maharaj. It's just inconceivable for me what he did, with his life in the service of Krishna, right? So he was the first one that I saw in an Indian body. He was the first. In the Henry Street Temple, there was no Indians. It was all Westerners there. It was only Gopal Krishna Maharaj, right? So he was the redeemer in my mind, of course, Srila Prabhupada was there. But when I saw Gopal Krishna, and every time I saw him was always a pleasant experience. Never had any kind of conflict or any problem with Gopal Krishna Maharaj. We always had a cordial relationship. Always. So he had a great burden in my life to prove to me that there was some hope for Krishna consciousness in terms of the Indian community here in the United States. And that's the first point I want to make. And I want to thank the devotees for discussing the wonderful pastimes in Nairobi. I was there in Nairobi in 1971 to 73. I was actually married in Nairobi. My good wife is here. So I was this is the first time I'm hearing that they wanted to close the temple there. When I was in Nairobi, it was booming. We had a very nice temple. Mahuloni close, right? Nagada, Jambo, Muzuri Sana. So I'm really sorry to hear that the temple had problems, after we had left. But I have very, very pleasant memories in Nairobi, and in Mombasa, in Kisumu, and I became very, very emotional to see in Uganda there's a restaurant. We traveled to Uganda to do a traveling Sankirtan party, right, in the 70s. And this was the 80s, the late 70s and 80s. And I'm telling you, literally, when we went to distribute books, sometimes gunshots would ring out. And we had to dodge bullets to distribute books in Uganda, Kampala. I remember very clearly. My good wife was with me as well. It was so dangerous. But the reason why I'm saying this is because of the determination of the wonderful devotees like Gopal Krishna Maharaj, who continued relentlessly to spread Krishna consciousness, that so much is happening in terms of the wonderful temples, the millions of books that have been distributed. I met him firstly in a book room, and he never gave up his determination to see Prabhupada's books being printed. We used to go to that Tiffany printing press, and now I understand what happened when I read the Glory of India book. I see the history of. I didn't know where he came from, but now I'm very, very happy to kind of relish and remember, how he was meditating on Srila Prabhupada's books in those days. So that's the history of Gopal Krishna Maharaj that I wanted to share, and that legacy of him taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada, and you are all part of that legacy. You are all part of that legacy. Evam parampara praptam imam raja sayovidu. Krishna says that this disciplic succession, it has to continue. We cannot let it become lost. Those that say that Prabhupada's movement ended when Srila Prabhupada left, I don't believe that. That's totally bogus. Prabhupada had preached in such a wonderful manner. He's made so many pure devotees. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj, of course, was one of those exemplary devotees, a pure devotee, totally dedicated to Krishna consciousness, every aspect of Krishna consciousness. Book distribution, prasadam distribution, building temples, cultivating devotees, cultivating life members, bringing his god brothers and god sisters together. In every aspect of Krishna consciousness, Gopal Krishna Maharaj is way up there. Maharaj. Wherever you are, Maharaj, please save a place for me. So one final thing I'd like to say is that many may not know, and I'll share a local story that, as Purushottama very nicely, thank you Purushottama for your very wonderful remembrance, and everyone, such wonderful remembrances I'm getting to see all. You have to understand that a lot of you disciples, I knew Gopal Krishna Maharaj before he was given initiation. I knew him for a long time ago. So now that I'm hearing from his disciples and all of his wonderful pastimes, to me this is very, very satisfying and emotional. But Nrsimha Chaitanya Prabhu was here, and I was the temple president in Potomac. Is anyone from Nrsimha Chaitanya's family here? No. So many of you may not know that it took a lot to convince Gopal Krishna Maharaj to preach here in this area. You owe a lot to Nrsimha Chaitanya Prabhu. There was Vanamali Prabhu. There was Dikpal Prabhu and myself. Maharaj was very, very busy preaching in India. He was very, very busy. And as the devotees had mentioned, there was a lot of struggle to keep the temples open here. Even here in Baltimore, it was a lot of struggle. And in the Potomac Temple, there was a lot of struggle to keep the temples going. There was a period where a lot of the original devotees from here had left, and the Indian community was not very strong at that time. So Gopal Krishna Maharaj actually did not want to take on this responsibility. It was not easy. We really had to convince him that, Maharaj, please come here and give your association, right? And I want to say that, once again, I'm going to say that Gopal Krishna Maharaj is the redemptor here, because a lot of you devotees, you were very hesitant about taking initiation. I'm the witness. It was the same thing. Oh, I know Krishna. Why do I need to take initiation? What is this initiation business? I come from Brahmin family. So many of you had this idea that being brought up in a traditional Indian family was enough for you to become advanced, and you did not see the value of the parampara system. The value of taking vows, the value of taking diksha. You did not understand that. And it took a lot for us to convince Gopal Krishna Maharaj. And I gave him many, many scenarios, many, many stories, and I praised them a lot. I said, Maharaj, you have to save us. You have to save us. We need you here. I didn't trust anyone else. Quite frankly, I did not trust anyone else to give initiations but Gopal Krishna Maharaj. That's why I say Prabhupada gave such a burden on him. And so we begged and begged Gopal Krishna Maharaj to please come here, because there was a different GBC, and that GBC was not coming very much. And Gopal Krishna Maharaj finally said yes. And when he said yes, he was all in. He was all in. He took responsibility to develop this community, and just see the result. Look at this. This is all Gopal Krishna Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Shashtiva Prabhu. This is so beautiful, so emotional, actually. Just listening to you from your heart. This is called heartfelt offering, which you gave for about Guru Maharaj. It means a lot to all of us. Thank you so much. Yes. Requesting, this is a packed show. We want devotees to come forward. There's plenty of space, so please come forward. This actually made our day, Shashtiva Prabhu. Thank you so much for this wonderful offering. Now I'll request Prabhu and Gaurmani Mataji. I think Gaurmani Mataji will speak for you, right?
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. So it is with great gratitude today that we are seated before all of our very exalted spiritual masters, teachers, very beloved disciples, many God brothers, God sisters, and most of all, a room full of uncles and aunties. On behalf of the youth from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, I don't even remember what year it is now. But I remember Maharaj, Gopal Krishna Maharaj, first coming to meet us as very, very, very small children when he would visit America. Shri Radha Madhava ki. So as my older brother, uncle, Shastivara Prabhu mentioned, back in the late 70s, and for me, the late 70s and 80s, there were not very many devotees who belonged to the country, India. Back in those days, especially when I was raised in Gurukula, the ISKCON Gurukula, we were the only children that were from India. And then there was the most great personality, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami. And Srila Prabhupada directly chose him in 1968, 1969. He saw that there is only one person left after the entire lecture who is sitting and waiting for an instruction. And so, Srila Prabhupada knew that this was the man who would print his books. This was the man who would take forward the message that Srila Prabhupada brought all over the world, and especially in India. So in 1976, Srila Prabhupada gave that direct instruction to Gopal Krishna Maharaj to take over the preaching mission, not just all over the world, but the cities in India, Hyderabad, Mumbai, Delhi, and Vrindavan. And right now, as many Prabhus mentioned earlier, we have over 18 centers in the heart of India in New Delhi. And that was all the vision of Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. What he could do, no other person could do in a human form, because he was directly empowered by Srila Prabhupada, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by Lord Chaitanya. And when I was about 7 years old, he called, and we were living in Los Angeles. And he said, I want you to move to Potomac, Maryland. And in those days, whatever the spiritual master said, that is immediately what was done. We packed up our stuff and we moved to Potomac. And Potomac at that time, and I'm not sure if it still is known as Hastinapur? Yes? Is it called New Hastinapur? Yes, in Hastinapur there were many magical things that happened, including the Mahabharata, which I remember as a little 7-year-old. And all of my uncles, you guys have not changed a minute. They're all seated here with their loving glances. And so that was the time when Gopal Krishna Maharaj, he would come and he would do one very special thing, and that's what every child wants. They just want him to look at you and say, I am very proud of you. That is the only wish. And so we would get all ready because Maharaj is there. He's going to give his class, and if he just gave us one little glance. And sure enough, he gave me that magical look every time he walked in and every time he left. And that day he said that question, because you would see us every year. And he said, how many rounds are you chanting? And because I was about 7 or 8, I had the number down. I said 7 or 8. And then he said, okay, very good. Next year, you're going to chant 9 rounds. Yes, Maharaj. From that day on, I decided I would chant 16 rounds. Gopal Krishna Maharaj was always with us. He is here now with all of us. I'm going to share a small story because somehow, by the mercy of Maharaj, he gifted me the greatest gift. And some of you might be able to guess what that is. As a female in ISKCON, one of the most important things we were taught was to have a good husband. So he gave me His Grace, Param Prabhuji. And I felt that was I still feel it. That's a great gift, yes. It's been 30 years almost that Maharaj said, yes, she is a very nice girl. He was actually on my side the whole time. And he did say, you were a nice boy, yes. So Gopal Krishna Maharaj, with his blessings, guided us. It was like a daily thing. He would call my husband check on him. And so many pastimes. He would call and say, Param, do you want me to come to your house? First he would ask that question, and we would be like, I was on the speakerphone and listening. Yes, 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 please come, please come. Then he said, okay, organize the biggest festival. Call all of the disciples, whether it was in Milwaukee or Vrindavan. And then 5 minutes before he was supposed to arrive, he would say, I don't think I should come. And we were saying, but yes, Maharaj, you must come. We've called, everyone is here and waiting. No, I don't think I can come. So that went on for a good hour, maybe 2. All the devotees were just more chanting, more waiting. And then he would come. And he said every year he would come on his birthday. His birthday was August 14th. And he would have the grand Vyasa Puja with His Holiness Janardhan Swami Maharaj, Vaishnav Maharaj, and all of the wonderful devotees of Vrindavan, ISKCON Delhi. Gopal Krishna Maharaj would be so shy, you would never know that back in the 70s and 80s, the effulgent personality that I saw growing up, he was very well built in those days, very healthy, and he would smash anyone who came in front of him when it came for preaching. He would tell them that this is the only message that we have. But when he came home, he was our grandpa. He came home to name all of my children. When my daughter was born, he called and said, I am coming right now to see my grandchild. And he came and he held her. And he was so soft and so loving and so kind. And the only thing that I wanted was, we want to make our Guru Maharaj somehow make him proud of us. Not 10 years ago, not 5 years ago, not yesterday, not even today, but right now. What is it that we can do to make our beloved spiritual master, father, very life and soul? What can we do to make him proud? One time I was on a stage singing, and he was in the audience, quite far away. It was the ISKCON Lucknow temple opening. And I was on the stage waving my hand, and Hema Malini was in the audience. There was 50,000 people. And the only thing I had to do was tell everyone to chant Hare Krishna. Because I knew that Gopal Krishna Maharaj was there. And so I did the kirtan, and I just wanted to go and meet him for that 1 second. So I finished the kirtan, everybody chanted, they danced. I met Hema Malini and then ran to see Maharaj. He was not feeling well. He was in his room resting because he had a long day. He was always traveling too much. But that day when we started the kirtan, he came outside of his room and he stood on the veranda and he was looking. And he asked his servant, "Who is singing?" And I ran to him. And he looked at me. And he said, "I am so proud of you." So today, we feel that we are orphaned. And it's a topic that I don't want to talk about. Because he will not call us. And he will not be there to see us. What will happen to us without him? Dear Guru Maharaj, I just want to make you proud again. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. What a wonderful present offering. Very emotional, very nice. I remember Parampara was telling me just before Maharaj departed, he called him, I think it was a day before or something, right? And he said, "Param, I'm very proud of you and Garmani actually." And they did proud by spreading this holy name everywhere. So thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji. So next one will request Nitya Krishna Prabhu to speak. Fellow devotees, all limit to 2 minutes because then we have Vaishnav Maharaj, Brajvilas Prabhuji, all are there. So we are tight on time. But share the heart out, please.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutala Shrimate Gopal Krishna Goswamini Namane Prabhupadasya Sahitam Ya Prakashya Vitirita Pacharan Kritaman Sadhu Bhagavad Padayate Namaha. I have a clock in front of me, so 2 minutes. So it's wonderful to be in the assembly of all God brothers and God sisters. It's the only medicine for a broken heart. And I pray we can do this every year because it's a much needed aid to get through the difficult times without the physical presence of our spiritual master. So thank you for all of your association. You know, Guru Maharaj's glories are unlimited, as we've heard all day. I thought I would just share a couple of examples, somewhat small in magnitude, but big in at least for me, in purport. You know, Guru Maharaj is such a powerful personality. Whatever he said, it just happened, and he could make things happen that were impossible. And every time he would come to Detroit, he would make a comment, and it was always point on something that we were struggling with. And one time we pulled into the temple grounds, and I was driving, and he said, "Nitya Krishna, the grounds are dilapidated." And I was like, it was a thunderbolt, because we had been trying for literally 6 years to maintain this beautiful Fisher Mansion grounds, and so many different things we tried, and nothing was working, and it was embarrassing when your spiritual master, you're supposed to get the place ready, when the spiritual master comes, and he didn't mince words. And I mean, literally 2.5, 3 weeks later, we got a landscaping company who came, and out of the blue, and they have been serving for the last 10 years to make the grounds back to what they used to be in the 70s. And it was only, Guru Maharaj made this comment, and instantly. And then a few years later, we had an initiation program, and as always, hadn't got everything ready the way it should have been, and we were missing some japa beads. This is before Guru Maharaj used to bring his beads, and we were walking out, and he said, "Nitya Krishna, there's no bookstore here. You need a bookstore." And the same thing, we had this temporary bookstore we would put out on Sunday for the Sunday feast, and it was really shabby, and the books wouldn't really sell. But we had no place to put a bookstore. There was no place because of the Fisher Mansion limited opportunity. And again, literally, something was known. Within a week, we had a plan to put this beautiful new bookstore and a beautiful new shoe room in the back of our Srinathji Hall, which nobody ever thought about in years of meditating how to put a bookstore until Guru Maharaj put it. And then it manifested. And when he came to see it, he was so happy. And we have pictures of him reading and pulling books from all the shelves. And our book sales have more than tripled since this bookstore came out. Because he said it, it happened. And then the same thing happened a few years later. About Bhagavatam class was not happening so regularly the way it should, and he said it. And so we finally got to the point where we would pray to Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, can you just find one big fault in us so that, because if he spoke about it, it would get fixed. And this is the glories of Guru Maharaj. When he would find a flaw, it was not to criticize, but it was to give them mercy to improve that which was most needed. And I spoke about this in Vrindavan, but he would do this in the interviews for candidates. He would ask one question to each candidate that was different, that was their Achilles heel, their challenging point. And it was not to embarrass them, because when he spoke about it and when that disciple owned it and acknowledged it, they instantly overcame it. And that was Guru Maharaj unleashing what was holding them back from making progress in devotional service. And this was his supreme potency. And so just very grateful for Guru Maharaj for sharing so much love and mercy. And I just hope that all of our senior God brothers and Janardhan Maharaj and Vaishnava Maharaj will now come and play this role of finding our flaws and speaking about them so that we can improve from them. Hare Krishna. His glory and Gopal Krishna Maharaj Ki.
Thank you, Nitya Krishna Prabhu. He has also taken Guru Maharaj's instruction to heart. He is helping build a beautiful temple in Kurukshetra, which will be a presentation tomorrow for that one. So thank you, Nitya Krishna, for your wonderful effort, Prabhuji. Next I will require Rupanuga Prabhuji. Please come. He's one of the senior most God brothers we have and running a very beautiful congregation in Toronto area. After that, we'll request His Grace Braj Vilas Prabhuji to speak.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Gopal Krishna Goswami iti namane Prabhupadasya Sahityam Yah Prakashaya Vitirja Pracharam Katvan Sadhu Bhagavad Patil. So I have the same problem that Nitya Krishna talked about, which is very difficult for me to finish any thoughts in 2 minutes, but we will try. And the theme that I'm going to talk about is how Guru Maharaj instructed everyone, not just by words, necessarily just by words, but also by his actions, by his subtle hints, or reaction to things happen. So I'm going to give you a few examples. I will obviously not get to details of the pastimes, but just the bottom line in each one of them. And so one time he was in Toronto and he needed to catch a plane. But as always, people were stopping him, wanted to talk to him, and he was getting late. By the time he got into the car, it was an hour and a half before the flight time. And as you know, you were required to get at least an hour before to the airport. And it was the most snowy day you can imagine. Really, really bad weather. Anyway, he sat in the car. And foolish me, I thought he was looking very concerned and worried. And my interpretation was that Maharaj is worried about missing his plane. So Rupanuga the fool comes to the rescue and makes a wonderful comment. Guru Maharaj, don't worry. This is a brand new car, brand new tires. I'll get you there on time. He gave me the look that he deserves for people like me. Big glare. Like arrow shooting. And he said, Rupanuga, you are not the controller. That's it. One sentence taught me the whole Gita, Bhagavad Gita lessons. One time he sent me to another temple in Canada to quote unquote fix some issues they were having. So I was talking to the devotees and I realized that these people are being very unreasonable, unprofessional, undevotee-like in their behavior. That's, again, my interpretation. So I chastised them. And they called Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj called me. And he said, Rupanuga, give them some love. Show them some care. Show them how to improve their behavior. Don't chastise them. And I said, Guru Maharaj, yes, absolutely yes, because that's what he does. Every problem that he gets involved in, he's not chastising anybody, he's showing them the way. Along the similar lines, I was to another temple, and similar management issues, and I had some thoughts, and tried to implement them, remembering the advice Guru Maharaj had given me before. But the person I was talking to called Guru Maharaj again. Oh, anyway, Guru Maharaj called me. And he said, you should do this, this, this. And I said, yes, Maharaj, yes, Maharaj, yes, Maharaj. But he could tell that I was not really agreeing with him. So he said, what's the matter, Rupanuga? I said, Maharaj, I feel differently. He said, then you should tell me. I said, but Guru Maharaj, you are my spiritual master. I have to agree with whatever you say. You ask me to jump in the well, I will jump in the well. I will not ask you why. He said, no, that's not right. I said, but Guru Maharaj, I have to do what you tell me. He said, no. In philosophy, yes, you cannot disagree with me, you cannot tell me what to do. Management issues, absolutely express your thoughts. If they're different from mine, maybe I'll change my mind. And so you're most welcome to disagree with me. So again, gave me that understanding that Guru Maharaj was not just a strict spiritual master, but he was a very practical and pragmatic person. And he said, yeah, if you're disagreeing on the management issues, you're absolutely most welcome to tell me. And let's do one more final one, because again, my time is, I think, exceeded anyway. In 1996, I got my second initiation, and I started giving Bhagavatam classes at the temple. So being, new recruit, I spent 3, 4, maybe more hours trying to preparing for the class. And I gave my first class at the temple, and there were maybe about 5 people in the audience, which is fine. Next week, same amount of effort, but only 3 people in the temple. Okay, one more week goes by, 1 person. Okay, I'm not giving up, I'm still working hard, preparing. Next week, nobody. And I'm saying, what to do? So I said, okay, fine, I'm just going to give the class anyway. So I think somebody was walking by the corridor, he felt sorry for me, he came and sat down in my class, and I gave the whole class. So about a month or 2 later, Guru Maharaj came to Toronto, and I complained to him. Guru Maharaj, see, I'm preparing all this thing, and I'm working so hard, and nobody's showing up. And once again, I got that glare. And he says, what do you mean nobody was there? He says, 9 people were there, 9 personalities. I said, I didn't see them. Prabhupada, Gaurnitai, Radha Shichur Gopinath, Jagannath Balu Subhadra, Sudarshan Chakra. Who more do you want? Now I got it. So once again, I think he was seeing there was some ego hurt in my statement to him. I was trying to correct that. It's not about the size of your audience. We have to know who our audience is. And it's them, and that's what we're doing the classes for. So, okay, thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai.
So much, Prabhuji. It was so sweet. Wish we can just keep going and on. We started 2 hours later, otherwise we would keep going. So now, Rajvilas Prabhuji, please come.
नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी निति नामिने। नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाष्टततेशतारिणे। चाणुलंबितौ भुजौ कनकावदातु संकीर्तनके पितरो कमलाय दाक्षो विश्वम्बरो द्विजबरो युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो करुणावतारो करुणावतारो। कृष्णा त्वदीय पदपंकज पंजरान्तम् अद्यैव विशतु मे मानसराज हंस। प्राणप्रयाण समये कपवाद पित्तै कंठावरोदन विदो स्मरणं कुतस्ते स्मरणं कुतस्ते स्मरणं कुतस्ते। हरे कृष्णा। श्रील प्रभुपाद की। His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki. First of all, I would like to take the blessings of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, our father, our uncle, our chairman, and everything for us. Very, very grateful to Maharaj. Secondly, I would like to take the blessings of His Holiness Janardhan Swami Maharaj and His Holiness Vaishnava Swami Maharaj for carrying out the legacy of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, very close to us. And lastly, all the assembled Vaishnavas here today, who assembled here to celebrate the Samadhi opening ceremony, which Neela Madhav Prabhu has beautifully arranged today, a grand celebration. Very, very grateful to each and every one of you today who had come here to show your love for His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Actually, today when the celebration was going on, I was thinking that here in Baltimore, in Sri Sri Radha Madhava Temple, we have a beautiful Samadhi. I was thinking that my love for Maharaj is incomplete if I don't try hard to request the Mayapur authorities to build a Samadhi in Sridham Mayapur. I'm going to have a meeting on Tuesday, so my agenda is the Samadhi for His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in Sridham, Mayapur. I'll try my best. These days you need to get permission to build Samadhi, so that is my first attempt. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was the chairman for the Indian Yatra, the whole Indian Yatra. Under his leadership, there are almost more than 250 temples have been established. Not 21, not 18, that is only in Delhi. 250 temples, more than 250 temples establishing Sanatan Dharma for the pleasure of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, his Guru Maharaj. And the largest temple is in Sridham Mayapur that was under his leadership. Which ISKCON, no other organization had come up in 50 years of founding the organization, just by the inspiration of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and under the chairmanship of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, we have a beautiful temple which is going to be opened on the 50th disappearance of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj is our, just to say a supporter is not the right word. He was our life for the temple of Vedic Planetarium. Ambarish Prabhu and Maharaj had a great relationship. Great relationship. In fact, once Ambarish Prabhu was visiting Delhi, so he wanted to go to take the darshan of Shri Shri Radha Parasati temple, and Maharaj was there. And I was coordinating. Hospitality. Nobody can beat Maharaj. He's not number one, he's the only one in hospitality. So he sent us a car. Amazing. Even though Ambarish Prabhu from a Ford family, he got a Mercedes Benz. But it's a beautiful car, Mercedes Benz. It's a high-end top model. So we got into the car. The car, everything was there. Water, this, that, snacks, everything was there in the car. We came to the east of Kailash temple. There was kirtan all around the road. The kirtan was going on. So Ambarish Prabhu was seeing. Then we came through the gate 3, I think so. We came inside the gate 3. We got down, and suddenly we see this huge fireworks going on, like July 4th, Independence Day. It's amazing, massive firework. Ambarish Prabhu was asking me, is it today Diwali? I said, no, this is not Diwali. This is Maharaj hospitality. This is Maharaj hospitality. Major fireworks, amazing show. Welcoming and grand reception. Oof. This hospitality. And the prasadam. There was no place in the table. There's no gap. There's so much prasadam, Amazing hospitality, amazing hospitality. Gopal Krishna Maharaj used to tell me that actually this Kurukshetra project, this is for you, I'm telling you. This was given to Ambarish Prabhu by Srila Prabhupada. He said, many times he told me this, but since Ambarish Prabhu is very, very busy in building Sridham Mayapur, I don't want to disturb him, I had taken it up. Now I asked Ambarish Prabhu, this instruction, he said, yes, the instruction was given to me, but I had given the money already. But that time Juhu temple was building, or some other project, they have used it there. So the Kurukshetra Pada could not be built. That's why Maharaj has personally taken not to disturb Ambarish Prabhu. Let him concentrate on Sridham Mayapur to build the largest Vedic temple, and he will do the Kurukshetra temple. He told me many times this. And regarding his support for the temple of Vedic Planetarium, what can I say? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. His Vyasa Puja, grand Vyasa Puja celebration in Delhi. And we go to Maharaj. This was the first time, in 2016, I think. Maharaj, listen, it's very tight. Money flow is very less. We have to come to your Vyasa Puja to fundraise. Maharaj said, why not? Yes, you can come. But the disciples, a little bit in anxiety. We have to conduct the Vyasa Puja, there is a fundraising, how this will all work out. There's a little anxiety. But Maharaj told the disciples it's the prime time. Before he speaks, the temple of Vedic Planetarium should speak. So prime time is also a problem, Somehow they adjusted. We got the prime time. Then in his speech also he will speak about the temple of Vedic Planetarium. How to fulfill Srila Prabhupada's desires. No, if it was 1 year, it was okay. The next year, the same thing. The next year, the same thing. Every year, disciples were thinking, "Arey yaar, ye baar aa jata hai yaar." Arey every time. Arey khatam hi nahi hota hai kya? It doesn't finish. But Maharaj was so compassionate. He wants this temple to be established, which will change, which will create a revolution. Misdirected civilization. He knew this very well and he was so compassionate. Actually, in Baltimore, Neela Madhav Prabhu would know. Now, we were only coming on Vyasa Puja. Now here, when Maharaj came 2 years before, there was an initiation ceremony. I told Maharaj, listen, before they commit, the initiation was let them commit for Mayapur also. Maharaj, yes, no problem. Then he told Neela Madhav Prabhu to arrange, I think, right? And Janardhan Maharaj is the greatest supporter, continuing the legacy. I'm very, very grateful to him, He's a Mayapur man, even though he's in Vrindavan, he thinks it's not different. So now we started coming on initiations also. It's not Vyasa Puja, it's initiation. Then book distribution. Maharaj was the trustee of BBT. So when the BBT takes time to send the money, few years they didn't send, I have to go to Maharaj. Maharaj, listen, the BBT is not sending the money on time. Maharaj said, don't worry, Braj will ask, I will arrange. You will get the money. So the BBT money, Vyasa Puja celebration, initiation, then Vyasa Puja collection. He will give that also to Mayapur, to build Mayapur. Vyasa Puja collections, and then introducing to big donors. All aspect he has covered. No other guru has covered such like what His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj has helped us. Every aspect to support the temple of Vedic Planetarium. Always when I walk to his room, when I walk out, I'll be definitely having money in my hand to build the temple. The last check he gave was in the temple opening of, next to Vrindavan, what is that, not Rohini, in the Vrindavan, Rukmini Vihar temple. He gave a check. As Mataji was saying, I have become an orphan now. After Maharaj left, it's difficult. I'm only on the mercy of all his children, all his sons, to fulfill the desire of the Father. But to my greatest surprise, not surprise, to my greatest confidence, His Holiness Janardhan Swami Maharaj has stepped up and supported me, not only in Vrindavan, anywhere he goes, speaks about the temple of Vedic Planetarium. Amazing, amazing sacrifice what His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj has done for all of us, so that we can live the fortune of Krishna consciousness to serve His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. What a dedication. In book distribution, there was a competition between Mayapur and Delhi. Mayapur was number one sometime, Delhi was beating Mayapur. So one time we asked His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, now this time we have to come number one. And Delhi was coming few years, they were number one. So His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj told, you have to go take the blessings of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So we went to His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And he said, we wanted to come number one this time. We need your blessings, Maharaj. He said, you are already number one. Yes, you will be number one. Don't worry. So we became number one. It is all by His blessings. All by His blessings. How much time I have? I can go on. I have a lot of association with Him. I was told that, I think my friend Rajpati Prabhu told me, that there was a proposal by the disciples of His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj to get him Bharat Ratna. And Maharaj refused. This I heard. Because His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada didn't get Bharat Ratna. So he would not even attempt to think like that. So that is why the temple of Vedic Planetarium had come up with Bhakti Ratna. He is our Bhakti Ratna, the crest jewel of devotion. As in every program that I attended with Maharaj, I never walked out without asking money. That is what I'm going to do today also. Otherwise, I would not be maintaining my loyalty to Maharaj. My caste will go. I will lose my caste. So that is why we had put this beautiful, to commemorate and celebrate the sacrifice which His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj has done to serve His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in spreading the Sanatana Dharma in every town and village. This is the Bhakti Ratna coin to honor our father, our general, our chairman, our uncle, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. This is in gold, silver and bronze. We have our booth. Everybody should get this, to have this. This is our pride. I was in Kenya. Amazing what Maharaj has done. The Kenya congregation. Amazing. They say this is pride of Kenya. This is pride of ISKCON. The pride of India. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. He is the pride of India. As Prabhuji was saying, for the Indians, he is the pride of India. This is His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. So we have our booth outside. Everybody should get this coin. And also, this was my request to Maharaj. Whenever we opened the superstructure was finished, we had a program. He was our chairman, and generally he asked me, Prajvilas, what should I speak? I tell him, Maharaj, please you speak that everybody should contribute, and if they have pledged, they should complete their pledge. Then Chakra installation, Maharaj asked, what should I speak? Because he was our chairman. I said, Maharaj, you please speak, everybody should contribute. There was no other line for me. I had only one line. Everybody should contribute and finish their pledge. Then we opened the Pujari floor. We had Maharaj, big ceremony. Maharaj was there. He was our chairman. Maharaj was Prajvalas, what should I speak? Same line. Then we opened Nourishing Dev wing. Again Maharaj asked, Prajvalas, I will speak how everybody should. He didn't ask me, what should I speak? I will tell everybody to contribute. Don't worry. So, this is my request to Maharaj. He is with us here, listening to all of our emotions and hearts. And my request to him today, Maharaj, you please inspire all of them within their hearts that if you have made a pledge, please complete your pledge. If you have not made a pledge, please take a pledge. If you have made and completed your pledge, please take another pledge. Otherwise, our service to him is incomplete. I'm very, very grateful. I was very close to Maharaj. Very, very grateful for Maharaj. We miss him very dearly. Ambarish Prabhu miss him very dearly. Very, very grateful to Maharaj for giving us shelter. Shelter is everything in life. As Mataji was saying, I become an orphan. But with Maharaj, Vaishnava Maharaj and all of you, I think you will fulfill that responsibility which Maharaj was showing to us by kindly giving me and all the TOP devotees shelter under your lotus feet. Thank you all so very, very much. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj K. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada K. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prajvalas Prabhuji. What a wonderful speak. You spoke from the heart and from your caste also. It is so wonderful. I think, yes, this is very true. Guru Maharaj has said every time that, TOP should be supported because that's our crown jewel of ISKCON, because when it becomes, it will be better than Vedic and anything else there. So we should all support that. So thank you, Prajvalas Prabhuji, for doing that. Next one of our very senior godbrothers who has associated Maharaj for a very long time, Jagat Guru Prabhuji. This is history, actually. I wish he has so much association, he could speak for like 30, 40 minutes to an hour. It's still less. It's the amount. He was telling one time that Guru Maharaj trained him from how to manage everything itself. So he's history, actually.
Hare Krishna. Actually, I am the most unqualified person among all of you who has so much deep love for Guru Maharaj. Only because of the causeless mercy Guru Maharaj had for all of us, and especially for the one who are most fallen, he had shown me unlimited opportunity and instruction to continue on the path of devotional service. Guru Maharaj start from the first day he saw me until the last visit he came to Detroit. He showered so much love, care, that I constantly desired to have him one more time in my home. From the first time he came to Detroit in '86, normally he always stayed in the temple. But unfortunately, our board had decided not to allow anybody to stay in the temple, even though previous gurus, they stayed. But just before Guru Maharaj came, they passed resolutions, nobody, for some valid reason. And I informed Guru Maharaj that this is the situation, but I can try as a temple president and maybe take exception. Immediately he said, no, I'll stay with you. From that time, and every time he came, he stayed in my home, even though at Fisher Mansion we have a wonderful suite for any spiritual master who used to come. And in the last visit, just like every time, I requested that Guru Maharaj, please come one more time to my home. So he said, he said, Krishna willing. And then he closed his eyes and said, Jagat Guru, now you have to come to Vrindavan to see me. So at that time I didn't understand what he was saying. I thought I was going to go to Vrindavan for Kartik, so he meant that. But then I now realized that was his indication that now if I want to see him, I have to go to Vrindavan, to his Samadhi. I'm so grateful to all devotees here, especially Nil Madhav Prabhu and his team, to establish this most auspicious, wonderful Samadhi, that all of us can get the shelter and feeling to be with Guru Maharaj here. It was not easy. GBC resolution was specifically indicating that you cannot do that. And the intense desire and firm conviction of Nil Madhav Prabhu and all the devotees, especially help of His Holiness Janardhan Maharaj. We have this historical moment and most blissful event. We are very fortunate to participate. After telling me about coming to Vrindavan, Guru Maharaj asked me to bring my wife and inform both of us that both of you are very fortunate that my deities come to your home. He didn't say, I come to your home, because that was also special thing for him. His deities are extremely dear to him. And we prayed, and again, by the blessings of His Holiness Janardhan Maharaj, again, miracle, and against all the odds, we got also Narsingha Shila in Detroit. Especially Nitya Krishna Prabhu was so fortunate to bring personally to temple. So now we have two monuments. One here in Baltimore, Guru Maharaj's presence. When you sit here, you'll feel his presence. And in Detroit, when you come, we feel his presence on the altar. So this is his special mercy for all of us. Naturally, we'll miss, and that to miss him, and that would never fill the void in our heart. But when he gave this shelter, we have glimpse, and if you meditate, the best way to feel his presence and blessings. And so many Vaishnavas, they said again and again that Guru Maharaj would continue showering his protection and love to all his disciples. So that is my constant meditation, prayers and thought for me and all of us. So we are extremely fortunate to have our Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, who took us under his shelter, and now if we serve him throughout our life until the last breath, we have best chance going back to Godhead in this lifetime. As everybody said, he was extremely dear Srila Prabhupada, and he showed by his action, by his instruction, and he trained so many of his disciples how to continue this process. So I'm offering my obeisances to all of you for having such a wonderful, loving family member of mine. Thank you so much. Please forgive me for any of my offenses I have committed. I'm again not least qualified, but my highest gratitude to all of you for giving me the blessings. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you, Jagadguru Prabhuji. Prabhuji is so qualified and such wonderful realization with Guru Maharaj he has. Wish we had all time to hear from him. When I speak to him, he shares so many beautiful stories, and there's unending itself. But time is the essence. Time always stops, and we have to move on. So now we are very grateful. His Holiness Bhakti Ashram Vaishnava Maharaj is there. We're requesting Maharaj to please speak about Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. So, outside India, particularly in USA, in North America, this is today we inaugurated the Pushpa Samadhi of Guru Maharaj. Whoever is behind it, from my core of heart, I am grateful to them, offering thanks to them. As Jagadguru Prabhu was mentioning that his Shilas, Maharaj was worshipping many Shilas and distributed to different places. But his Samadhi, we cannot distribute it. It is there. And just like Braj-Vilas Prabhu, he told that his mission is incomplete if he can't do it in Mayapur. Let us see. Braj-Vilas. Anyway, I am feeling very fortunate enough to be a part of this festivity here in Baltimore Temple, and very nicely they organized it. Morning time inauguration. Even His Holiness Radhanath Swami, he spoke so nicely, and he cancelled his program and come. And evening time, the remembrance of Guru Maharaj. All of us, we know Guru Maharaj started his devotional career in West, Canada, Montreal, I think. And when he started with, though he was the first Indian young man, highly educated, double MBA, and with a good job and everything, with his suit and all that. But he started without seeing Prabhupada, first menial service, cleaning his quarter. He didn't go to see Prabhupada. Prabhupada asked, who cleaned this room? I want to see him. That was starting even before seeing Prabhupada. And that shows his mentality, it shows his devotion. That's why Prabhupada accepted him from the very beginning. You see, he is the person. Immediately, Prabhupada became very happy and accepted him. Prabhupada accepted him. Prabhupada is Krishna Kripamurti, personification of the mercy of Krishna, Prabhupada. And our Guru Maharaj, Sri Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, is the personification of the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada is Krishna Kripamurti, Guru Maharaj is Prabhupada Kripamurti. His life, devotional career, devotional life starts without seeing Prabhupada. So much love and dedication to his menial service to the last breath of his life. Just Radhakant was narrating in Dehradun. So everybody was saying, don't go. But he went, he said, no. If I want to live, I should live in battlefield, not in room. Frontline soldier. He was the GBC chairman, bureau chairman, the in charge of the whole ISKCON India, appointed by Prabhupada. And he took that responsibility till his last breath. And he chose that place, Dehradun. That place was actually the capital city of Uttarakhand, Devabhumi. In Bharat, in India, everybody knows that Uttarakhand is called as Devabhumi. Devatas used to come there. Both Ganga and Jamuna is there. That's why any incarnation of Lord always there because of these runways, Ganga and Jamuna. And Dehradun is a place in between Ganga and Jamuna. It is said in Shastra, if any place in between Ganga and Jamuna, it is so powerful and sacred. And this is the first capital city of Devabhumi in between Ganga and Jamuna. And this is the tapasya place of Dronacharya. Drona was Brahman. He became Astra Guru there by performing tapasya, tapasthali. So, Maharaj chose that, as you were saying, the last project there, he did Bhumi Pujan there. Everybody was praising Maharaj's hospitality, his simplicity, his humility, unlimited qualities, caring nature. When in Vrindavan, in Gosala, the Samadhi area, the first Samadhi was up Sripada Narmada Goswami in 2005. And then Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu. And then slowly, and practically even in their day, once day in a year, nobody was going to offer a flower to them. Once in a year, in that particular day, when Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu's day or Narmada Goswami's day, I used to go myself, at least today's day, just day after Prabhupada's disappearance. Just day after in Kartik, Prabhupada's disappearance day, Narmada Maharaj left his body in Nota. But nobody was shown up. Guru Maharaj, he was not caring. Whenever he was there, he will tell me, as long as you are there, you should go at least. And he was personally, physically, he was present everywhere, neither in not only Delhi, Mumbai, Vrindavan, wherever he is by nature he is so loving and caring. Everybody will be touched by his words and his hospitality nature. And even if he left, he went to Prabhupada's abode, physically not present with us, but he took samadhi. He selected that place before he left for going from Vrindavan. When he came to Vrindavan, he left, this will be my place. And he came, he took samadhi there. And now I saw that samadhi place is something, is tirtha. It is now many devotees going there, they totally changed now. And every day proper offering, puja to all the samadhis, all the jayadhvani, everyone, putting stone and totally different. So that's not only that, when he was physically present, he was caring and serving the devotees. When he was not physically present, his samadhi itself is serving all Vaishnavas. Similarly, I am expecting from Nilmada Prabhu that his Pushpa Samadhi is here. So similar effect should be there. Because Guru Maharaj's nature is like that. Even if he is not physically present, but he is present in his Samadhi, that effect he will get, everybody will get. That will care. We will not serve him, he will serve us out of his caring nature. Even if in his Samadhi, he will care us and serve us. And as Brajvilas Prabhu, he was telling that he took chance in Vyas Puja, initiation, even in Samadhi session. What to say about that? He is not there. So, many things to say about Guru Maharaj. So, but little I want to say, I am feeling very embarrassed to say something about that, how I am feeling very awkward. But that is his mercy. Whenever he used to come Vrindavan, he will ask me, either Govardhan Prabhu, anywhere he will go to Braj, he will call me. Before Prabhupada Maharaj and myself both were going, but then Prabhupada Maharaj can't walk, so he said, you have to come. So, but Maharaj's nature was like that. Anything, anybody come, any Goswami temple, anything, he will offer pranam. We young boys with him, we are fed up. How many times will offer pranam? But darling, he will offer. That as you are fearing, it is very better. Try to avoid, but if you go with him, then each and every place he will offer pranam. That shows his natural devotion and humility towards acharyas. One time, Guru Maharaj came to Vrindavan for some discussion. He arrived something like 8:30, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, temple was almost closed. And he said, I came, but I have to go tomorrow, I have flight, I have to go early. I told Maharaj, better you should go by night, finish your discussion. Since 15 days, it's heavy fog. Whole morning, after Mangalarti night, after Mangalarti, you can't drive it, you can't see. So heavy fog. So he said, really? So Maharaj, since 15 days, I am telling you. So if you have flight, so you should not take risk. Then 2-3 says, are you sure? So Then as usual, you just ask me and hear me. Then he said, even if you are, then you should don't perform Mangalarti. You should go. The Mangalarti time, no, I have to go. Then he went up for pranam in Prabhupada Samadhi. Then came to do Krishna Balaram Arti. And then do his Gayatri in Prabhupada room. But before that, so I was telling Maharaj, if you are not going, then you can't board in flight. Now how do you know today will happen, today fog will happen? And since 15 days it is happening. It's 15 days happening, but how can you say that tomorrow it will happen? And I am telling fact, that morning it was clear, nothing was there. I said, what? And the next day again fog started. So, I don't know how he know, how is it's his will and Krishna's will, I can't understand. But still he was testing, asking what, in which level we are, but his level is different. Everybody knows wherever Guru Maharaj goes, he will perform Mangalarti in DT. In one time GBC meeting in Tirupati. Tirupati they have Radha Govind temple with Ashtasakhi. Just like Mayapur they have Radha Madhava Ashtasakhi. You will never ever see Maharaj will do Radha Madhava Arti. He will do Panchatattva Arti only. So there in Tirupati temple, they have Radha Govinda with Ashtasakhi, one temple. So everybody was there, so the temple president, he told the Pujari, Gopalakrishna Maharaj is here and he will come to altar to perform Mangalarti. So get ready, everything ready. So Pujari said, of course, I know that he will come. So first Mangalarti, Maharaj didn't come. They started 3-4 minutes after, they were waiting, maybe Maharaj come, maybe come, he may come last minute, maybe. Then start 3-4 minutes later, maybe Maharaj didn't show up. So he said to the temple patient, Maharaj didn't come, no, maybe something, he's sick or so. Next day he will come, but he will never miss, he will perform. Next day also they wait, Maharaj didn't come. Third day also, he didn't come. Then the temple person went to ask, Maharaj, are you okay? Yes, I am attending, but how come you are not coming Mangalarti for offering, doing Arti? Everywhere you go, you used to go to altar offering Arti, but here we are expecting, we are waiting for you, but didn't come. Smiling, Maharaj gave answer. Here gopis are there, they don't need my service. That was his mood. Now we find out, so that's why he was not going to Radha Madhav, not even Radha Samsundar, because Sakhis are there. So he's saying, where Sakhis are there, they are serving there, no need of me. Where not doing there, my service there, I will go. So, he's not, we cannot see him in material eyes. Unless and until you deal with him so closely, you can't understand him. He will not express all these things. But he appeared just like Prabhupada appeared Janmashtami, Krishna appeared. Next festival, our Janmashtami series, always he used to do all the Guru Maharaj disciple when we are in Vrindavan in the early days. So Janmashtami is a big festival, and next day Prabhupada appearance day, and one day in between then Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj appearance day. And we used to go to Mumbai in these days. We have to catch train and go. So series, 3 days festival, Krishna, then Prabhupada, and then Guru Maharaj, series. So like that, Ashtami, Navami, Ekadasi. So like that, Prabhupada Prabhupada totally gave up everything for the preaching of Krishna, for the service of Krishna, and Guru Maharaj dedicated everything for the service of Prabhupada. So now turn is ours. Though Guru Maharaj physically not present among us, but certainly he is there, just like one others say, he is there with Prabhupada in his abode, in spiritual planet, and 100% he is looking, though he is directly not in front of us in his physical body, but he is there, and since he is looking at our mood and actions, he has given his instructions and guidance. Now our time, our turn is that we should behave and follow his instructions and be such an exemplary devotee that others, they will glorify our Guru Maharaj by seeing us and our actions and behavior. Hare Krishna. Srila Guru Maharaj ki.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Such wonderful pastimes. I know there are so many of them. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Now, I think very importantly, we have two special devotees all the way from India who had very intimate association with Maharaj. So first we'll start with Damodar Prabhu, and then after the Dashavtar Prabhu. And then I think we'll probably run out of time by that time. So.
आने का कहानी बता दो, इतना ही बहुत खुशी। आ जाओ ना।
Hare Krishna. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी इति नामिने प्रभुपादस्य साहित्यं ये प्रकाशे वितीरे च प्रचारं कृतवान् साधु भगवत्पदाय ते नमः। जय वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। गुरु महाराज की जय। So many senior devotees glorify Guru Maharaj, his unlimited qualities. So today we'll try, we both will speak. You'll get a flavor of Hindi and English. For Guru Maharaj qualities, unlimited qualities, we can speak for hours and hours and hours. But many devotees are there. They can also share their memories. Yes. We wrote something because sometimes we have to recall all the memories, so many memories of like of almost 10 to 15 years. So the main
main the thing which is very touching my heart is like Guru Maharaj, whatever he was doing things, is always just the center point is Srila Prabhupada. His any activity he was doing in 24 hours of the day, the center point is Srila Prabhupada. So, because we are very closely watching his each and every activity, so that was very touching our heart and always like inspiring us to connect with Prabhupada and giving your time, energy, everything to Srila Prabhupada. He's just inspiring. And end of the day he is saying, I am not doing anything. Whole day he was serving for Prabhupada and end of the day saying, I am not doing anything for Prabhupada. So it's like very much touching. How can Guru Maharaj so humble and how can he say that whole day he was tirelessly serving for Guru Maharaj and the end of the day he is saying, I'm not doing anything. So many things are there. So it's difficult to scroll also. So many things written. But yes, because you can start, then I can, and we'll try to. We'll give a flavor of Hindi and English. Yes.
हरे कृष्णा। अभी जैसे प्रभु जी बोले कि महाराज हमेशा प्रभुपाद जी को सेंटर में रख के अपना सेवा करते थे, तो ये सेंटेंस में एक महाराज के पास टाइम रिमेम्बर हो रहा है कि महाराज जुहू में कोई देखे, पता नहीं जुहू में महाराज जी का रूम ऊपर है और टेम्पल हॉल नीचे है, जैसे यहाँ पर है। तो यूजुअली जुहू में गुरु महाराज का हेल्थ इशू के कारण एक फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट आते थे, उसी टाइम उनको 6:30 से 7:30 उनको एक्सरसाइज कराना था। तो इसी कारण महाराज टेम्पल के गुरु पूजा अटेंड नहीं कर पाते थे। तो महाराज फिर एक्सरसाइज चालू करने से पहले मुझे बोले कि मुझे रूम के बाहर कोई नहीं चाहिए, जो भी डिवोटीज यहाँ पर आएगा उनको बोलिएगा टेम्पल हॉल जाके प्रभुपाद के गुरु पूजा अटेंड करे। तो मैं बोला जी गुरु महाराज। तो फिर महाराज फिर मैं अकेले बैठा था रूम के बाहर और वहाँ अंदर एक्सरसाइज स्टार्ट हो गया था ऑलरेडी। तो उसी बीच में 2-3 डिवोटी आ गए रूम के बाहर और पूछने लगे प्रभु जी कुछ महाराज जी का सेवा है क्या। उसी बीच में महाराज सडनली बाहर आ गए। यूजुअली महाराज बाहर नहीं आते, पूरा एक्सरसाइज करने के बाद ही बाहर आते, और सडनली बाहर आ गए, देखे मेरे साथ 2-3 डिवोटी बैठे और बातचीत कर रहे। तो महाराज इतना एकदम एंग्री मूड हो गए, एकदम बोले कि तुम लोग यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हो। तो फिर मैं तो कुछ बोला नहीं क्योंकि मैं किसी को इनवाइट नहीं किया था। बोले महाराज मैं किसी को बुलाया नहीं, ये लोग अपने से आए हैं। तो महाराज बोले नीचे टेम्पल हॉल में प्रभुपाद जी का गुरु पूजा हो रहा है, तुम लोग यहाँ पर क्या बैठ के अप्पा मार रहे हो। तो फिर वो डिवोटी फिर महाराज बोले महाराज कुछ आपका सेवा रहेगा इसलिए हम लोग आए थे। तो महाराज तुरंत सेकंड में ही आंसर दिए कि नीचे मेरे गुरु का गुरु पूजा हो रहा है, तुम अटेंड नहीं कर रहे हो, तुम मेरा क्या करोगे सेवा, मैं तुम लोग से नहीं लूँगा सेवा। और एक बार गुरु महाराज जुहू में थे तो एक डिवोटी आए और महाराज का प्रसाद टाइम लेना था। तो उस टाइम टेम्पल हॉल में भागवतम क्लास चल रहा था और महाराज को कहीं बाहर जाना था, तो महाराज प्रसाद ले रहे थे मॉर्निंग। तो एक डिवोटी आए, तो फिर यूजुअली जू में बहुत सारे सीनियर लीडर्स रहते, तो कोई ना कोई महाराज के पास कंप्लेन लेके आ जाते कि आपके शिष्य मॉर्निंग टेम्पल प्रोग्राम के टाइम पे आपके रूम के आसपास रहते, टेम्पल को अटेंड नहीं करते। तो वो कारण महाराज बहुत ही कॉन्शियस होते कि कोई कंप्लेन ना करे, और महाराज पहले ही बोल देते कि तुम लोग टेम्पल प्रोग्राम के टाइम कोई रूम के आसपास नहीं रहना। तो एक महाराज प्रसाद ले रहे थे, एक डिवोटी प्रसाद सर्विंग कर रहा था। महाराज का किचन थोड़ा सा रूम से दूर था, और उस टाइम भागवतम क्लास स्टार्ट हो गया था ऑलरेडी। तो फिर डिवोटी प्रसाद लेके आ रहे थे किचन से, और क्योंकि वो नया नया सेवा करना चाह रहा था, तो मैं भी उनको थोड़ा साथ में था, मैं भी तो उनके साथ आना जाना करता था। तो उसमें देखे कि 2 डिवोटी साथ में आ रहे हैं, और महाराज सडनली पता नहीं क्यों ऐसे होता है रूम से बाहर आ गए। हम दोनों साथ में आ रहे प्लेट लेके। तो फिर महाराज बोले, नीचे भागवतम क्लास चल रहा है, तुम लोग 2 लोग यहाँ पर क्या कर रहे हो? मुझे इतना वक्त नहीं चाहिए। तो फिर मैं उनके हाथ से प्लेट लिया और उनको बोला कि आप जाइए टेम्पल। महाराज जी खुद बोल दिए, बोले तुम लोग जाओ नीचे भागवतम क्लास अटेंड करो। तो इसमें महाराज मैं बहुत सारे ऑब्जर्व किया हूँ, महाराज टेम्पल के एक्टिविटीज़ को महाराज स्किप नहीं करना चाहते। इवन गुरु महाराज एक्सरसाइज करने के टाइम भी महाराज ऑनलाइन स्क्रीन पे लगा के गुरु पूजा अटेंड करते हैं, या भागवतम क्लास कोई सीनियर डिवोटी दो या जूनियर डिवोटी दो, कोई भी दो, महाराज टेम्पल प्रोग्राम कभी भी स्किप नहीं करते। एक बार गुरु महाराज हेल्थ इश्यू के कारण मंगल आरती भी नहीं जा पाए जू में, और गुरु पूजा प्रयास कर रहे आरती करने का, श्रृंगार आरती करने का, लेकिन वो भी हो नहीं पाया। तो महाराज फिर वो ऑडिटी वर्शिप करना चालू किए। फिर महाराज एक डिवोटी थे जू में, जो महाराज के रीडिंग करते, तो उनको गुरु महाराज बोले सॉरी मैं आज मंगल आरती नहीं गया और गुरु पूजा भी नहीं गया, हमारा हेल्थ ठीक नहीं है, क्या तुम मेरे लिए गुरु पूजा गा सकते हो? तो महाराज फिर बोले नहीं नहीं मैं आज मंगल आरती भी नहीं गया, तुम मेरे लिए मंगल आरती से चालू करो। तो महाराज पूरा मंगल आरती, नरसिम्हा आरती, तुलसी पूजा, फिर बाद में गुरु पूजा, पूरा एकदम 100% प्रभुपाद के जो स्टैंडर्ड इंस्ट्रक्शन है वो पूरा गुरु महाराज फॉलो करने का प्रयास करते। एक बार 2023 में कार्तिक में गुरु महाराज वृंदावन में गए थे। महाराज का बहुत ही हेल्थ वीक चल रहा था, इवन महाराज वॉक भी नहीं कर पा रहे थे, बहुत ही मुश्किल हो रहा था। मंगल आरती के महाराज जाने के लिए प्रयास करते थे। तो एक दिन महाराज अपने रूम से, वृंदावन रूम से निकले बाहर, और वहाँ पर फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे और लिफ्ट है, लिफ्ट से नीचे उतरते हैं महाराज। तो गुरु महाराज कार्तिक में जितना दिन रहे, हेल्थ इशू के कारण महाराज मंगल आरती उड़ जाते थे 3:30 बजे, और स्क्रीन पे, मोबाइल पे या लैपटॉप में ऑन करके अटेंड करते थे। लेकिन दिल्ली छोड़ने से 1-2 दिन, वृंदावन छोड़ने से 1-2 दिन पहले महाराज बोले कि मैं धाम में हूँ, मैं मंगल आरती नहीं आ पा रहा हूँ, मुझे पाप लगेगा, ऐसा बोले महाराज। तो फिर महाराज बहुत प्रयास किए रूम से, इवन मैं और अजय गौरांग दोनों हाथ पकड़े, ऐसे दोनों साइड शोल्डर पकड़े। महाराज हम बहुत रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे थे, गुरु महाराज आप मत जाइए, आप एक स्टेप भी आगे नहीं निकाल पा रहे। बोले नहीं मैं धाम में हूँ, एटलीस्ट एक ट्रिप में एक मंगल आरती मुझे करना चाहिए वृंदावन में। तो महाराज रूम से निकले और लिफ्ट तक आए, और उसके आगे हम दोनों प्रयास किए, फिर महाराज एक स्टेप भी आगे नहीं निकाल पा रहे थे। फिर महाराज यू टर्न लिए और रूम में बैठ के पूरा स्क्रीन पे अटेंड किए मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम पूरा। तो उसमें छोटे छोटे पास टाइम से महाराज के साथ रह के बहुत ही इंस्पिरेशन मिलता है कि भक्ति में हमें कैसे, कभी कभी ऐसे होता है कि हम स्किप कर ले कुछ प्रोग्राम, मंगल आरती कर लिया, थोड़ा चैंटिंग कर लिया, थोड़ा सा रेस्ट कर लेते या इधर उधर घूमने निकल जाते। लेकिन जैसे ही महाराज की याद आता है मिलने, फिर महाराज लास्ट ब्रेथ तक इतना हेल्थ इशू के कारण महाराज कोई प्रोग्राम स्किप नहीं करते थे, तो हमें भी नहीं करना चाहिए। तो फिर यू टर्न लेके फिर वापस, कभी कभी होता है ऐसे, इच्छा ना हो तो भी भक्तों के बीच में रह के वो इंस्पिरेशन आ जाता है या महाराज का इंस्ट्रक्शन आता है, तो फिर प्रयास करते अटेंड करने के लिए।
इतने स्ट्रिक्ट, सॉरी एक ही फ्लो हो गया अभी हिंदी वाला। सो महाराज वाज सो स्ट्रिक्ट फॉर दिस मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम। Those devotees who are used to go for walk with Guru Maharaj, so Maharaj was so, means he is very particular. He knows that I have to return by 7:30. He knows he has to return by 7:30 because he has to attend the Guru Puja. So in Delhi temple, I saw many times, like it's a hot weather, Maharaj is going for morning walk in the, means generally in summer he goes morning walk first and then DT worship. And in winter it's opposite. First he do DT worship, then he go for morning walk. So like in summer he goes for morning walk and then he returns, and he always says that we have to go back, we have to attend Guru Puja. And I literally saw that Maharaj was like in summer so much hot, and so his kurta was totally wet, and he said, go fast, we have to go to attend Guru Puja. And when somebody helps to for his shoes to just get down, so if it's difficult, he says, you can't, just don't waste my time. And he immediately, and he was running to attend Guru Puja. And in between, Ajay Gorang said, tell Maharaj is coming. So generally we try to, if Maharaj is available on time, then he do Guru Puja, or sometime he sings. So Ajay Gorang always says, Maharaj is coming, so tell them not to start Guru Puja, Prabhupada Guru Puja, or wait for singing. Maybe Maharaj can do any of the. And Maharaj knows this. And he said, Ajay Gorang, tumne kisi ko bola to nahi na? So like this, because Maharaj is very particular that the service of Prabhupada, nobody should disturb. Maybe I am doing or anybody. So it's on time. So this is very touching. And that is why we should try for this also. Because he always says, he always try to please Prabhupada, so we should also, for getting mercy, and we should also try to please Guru Maharaj to get mercy. Because that is only our life now. What I am saying, just to get a small mercy of Guru Maharaj, small glance of Guru Maharaj on us, that is very pleasing. Because before coming to USA, just 2 days back, we went to Vrindavan, just to take blessings of Guru Maharaj for this. This is a purification process. Just to glorify spiritual master is like it's a purification process in itself. So we went to Vrindavan for blessings. It was heavy rain. You can't imagine. It was heavy rain. We reach on time because generally Guru Maharaj Samadhi closed at 7 o'clock. And we stuck in traffic. It's difficult to move ahead. And said, then I called Prabhu. We'll reach by 8 o'clock, so can you please have Guru Maharaj darshan, otherwise they lock. He said, okay, no, don't problem, we'll keep the keys. And so one devotee was there, and the like suddenly rain started, heavy rain, you can't imagine it. We totally wet, and when we reached, Maharaj was a full smile. You have seen the picture of this, na? So it's means the same experience. He was also feeling the same. But I shared this. I was also thinking like that. So Maharaj was sitting, and a big smile on his face, like you can say $1 million smile. Many devotees yesterday we were seeing, and somebody was saying, I just forget this. Maharaj's smile is just so touching. So Maharaj was smiling, and he said, like generally he said, "Tum aa gaye?" So
He was sitting there and smiling, and same feeling was there that Maharaj said, Maharaj was giving smile and said, you come on time. Huh? So like that, when I shared this same thing with Damodar Prabhu, and he said, yes, I was also thinking the same thing. But I'm just hesitating to express, you told me the same, because we related this thing with our generally when Maharaj, we come, when Maharaj was sitting in his room, and we go after like 2-3 days, sometimes we go to vacation or some service for after 2-3 days, when devotees come and he, a big smile on his face, we are just remembering that thing, and Maharaj was saying, just smile, and he say, tum aa gaye. So it was touching. So much that day, so much raining, it's difficult to stand over there, but somehow it's Guru Maharaj's mercy. So I was remembering that how he is like so much, he's touched everybody's life. So I was mentioning the same thing. He was very much particular for his morning sadhana. So one thing I'm just connecting to Damodar Prabhu also. He's saying like go for Guru Puja. So maybe many of you have seen that if Prabhupada is giving class or Prabhupada disciple is giving class, in these two cases, he himself go to the temple hall and sit and attend the Prabhupada class and his Prabhupada disciples class. That was very touching for all of us. But for his disciples, it's like embarrassing for them, so he don't go, but he listen in a room. And when he comes to Guru Maharaj rooms and pay obeisances, then he said, I heard your class, it was nice. Because to encourage them, to encourage his disciples, so he always say like that. But for Prabhupada class or Guru Maharaj class, disciples class, Prabhupada disciple class, he always there. When he is free, generally he is always busy, but whenever he try his best. He tries best. Whenever Prabhupada, nowadays there is a culture of just paying obeisances, Hare Krishna. But in Guru Maharaj's case, he always bow down whenever he sees his god brothers. Whenever his god brothers comes, Guru Maharaj, whenever he is in his room and somebody comes, and he immediately bow down. And because now in last days, it's very difficult to bow down. But when we stop, Maharaj, please, no. And he himself says, Maharaj, no need. But Maharaj said, no. And then he get, okay. And whenever he is sitting, immediately Maharaj go down like that. So he don't miss the chance to, just pay obeisances to his God brothers also. So, like we were discussing, is because he said many times, and it is personally he is said to me also, like not to waste time. So I think many times I mentioned this thing, but I want to mention this. Thank you. Time. He said we wasted many lifetimes. We wasted many lifetimes, so we should not waste a single moment. And whatever he is teaching us, he is following that also. I saw these things in his all his memories and pastimes, lifetime. I saw whatever he was saying, he's like living that instructions also. And in case of this, particularly for time, so he always said to me that, because I was introduced to Guru Maharaj, that Maharaj, he is sincere but little slow. Maharaj said, don't worry, I'll manage it. So always he is helping me. So once we were sharing room in Mayapur, and because Maharaj don't want to take facility, don't want to take much of the facility. In like Delhi temple, it's okay. But in Mayapur, there is a guest house problems, always accommodation problems. So Maharaj said, don't take another room, stay with me only. So I was there with Guru Maharaj room. At one corner, Guru Maharaj bed was there. Another corner, my bed was there. So generally, we stay there. And Maharaj generally, because he need help also, because in Mayapur, rooms are very far up. So if he calls, it's difficult to come immediately. So he said, better to stay with me. So Maharaj, because in GBC meeting, generally he goes to Mayapur, otherwise don't go. So in GBC meeting, Maharaj said, it's a very hectic day and I have to go for, I'm going for, generally you saw Maharaj in Panchtattva Aarti and then immediately for a morning walk, then DT worship, then GBC meeting. So he said, when he came from morning walk, he said, get ready for puja, then I'll go to take shower. And I took little time, means little 20-30 minutes generally it takes. So when I came, Maharaj said, Brahmachari should get ready in 5 minutes. And he said, and immediately he turned his face, like means no eye contact, and maybe he will say something, he'll react. So he turned his face. So I said, it's okay. But I found that I saw the same thing he was doing. It's not he's just teaching lessons. Whatever he's saying, he's doing also. Once Maharaj was going to Mangal Aarti, and it's almost 4:20, and Maharaj was in hurry. So Maharaj said, I'm getting late. And he and somebody kept both Maharaj generally have 2 pairs of slippers. One is for puja and one is for general normal slippers, day to day. So somebody kept both slippers together. So in Delhi temple, and when Maharaj said, I'm late, I have to go for Aarti. And immediately he put his feet in the normal slippers instead of using this puja slipper. And he said, oh, now I am Muchi. And he asked me, how much time we have? I said, Maharaj, 5 minutes. He said, I'll get ready in 2 minutes, bring my new clothes. He changed clothes. Immediately he came in 2 minutes, took shower, and immediately changed the clothes, and it was in Mangal Aarti at 4:30. And I saw that he get ready in 5 minutes. So, means whatever he is saying, he is doing also. And once his cataract operation was done, maybe somebody is aware of that, and our service was, after half an hour we have to put the eye drop. Every half an hour we have to put eye drop. And because those who have cataract operation, they know that after half an hour, 1 hour, we have to put eye drop. So Maharaj, doctor instructed me, don't forget, after half an hour, 45 minutes, you have to put eye drop, as we said. So every half, because he forget, Guru Maharaj is busy in his service, so he just forget. And we came, Maharaj, now eye drop, we have to put, please lie down. And as soon as Maharaj lie down, he fall in sleep, because his whole day he was tired. Morning 3 o'clock, evening 11 o'clock, no rest. So, and how he managed this thing, he said, now I have to go for meeting, I am tired, I should take shower. So like whole day he was taking shower. And shower is like 5 minutes shower. Because whenever he feel little drowsiness or little sleepy, he go and just take shower. But he don't take rest. He don't want to waste a single moment, because in the beginning I told you, Maharaj said we have wasted so many lifetimes. So this time we should not waste, and we should go back to Godhead. So then Maharaj said, in the cataract of, I said, Maharaj, please lie down, we'll put a drop. And Maharaj fell asleep. Maharaj is like little snoring. I said, Maharaj is in a deep sleep, so we should not disturb Maharaj. And then then immediately Maharaj said, what's time? It's almost 1 hour. Yeah, Maharaj, you are sleeping, so we should not. No. You people are useless. The whole day you're trying to make sleep. I have never slept in my whole life because you are putting me in sleep. He said like that because he don't prefer to take rest in afternoon. And in this scenario where we are trying that Maharaj should take rest, and he said, I have in my, he literally, these words are, in my 40 years of devotional career, I never sleep in afternoon. He said like that. So, because the same thing he said, we don't want to waste time. And this is a very important. So, for money also, his very like sweet memories and money also. Like he was doing puja and he said the same thing, I don't want so many devotees. But he is multitasking. When he is doing puja, simultaneously devotees are reading Bhagavatam and simultaneously he will call somebody and he will give instruction. 3-4 things are doing he simultaneously. So he need 3-4 devotees actually. But he said, I don't want so many devotees, go and do japa or go in Bhagavatam class, something like that. But don't sit here. I said, Maharaj, okay. I sent everyone. Now nobody was there. I am only there for helping, assisting Guru Maharaj in deity worship. And Maharaj said, where is Ajay Gaurang? Maharaj, he went to temple hall for chanting. Somebody should there, na? So I called Ajay Gaurang. So then he said, can you call Mohan Rupa Prabhu? I want to give some instruction. So he was trying to call Mohan Rupa. Why are you calling? He's staying downstairs. So go and call. You people are wasting money. Is calling. It's a 1 rupee call. 1 rupee call. And then I said, Maharaj, now there are no charges for call also. Really? Because he is totally, means he is unaware, you can say. Sometimes he feels, he himself like that is, I don't know, many times do like that. So he said, really it's no charge. Yes, Maharaj, it's outgoing, incoming. No, earlier days it's outgoing, incoming is a lot of charge. And the people, many times you remember, whenever we call US, Maharaj generally call in the night. Night time, Indian night time, Maharaj used to call to US, so many calls after 11 o'clock. So nowadays I was calling everyone, anytime. Maharaj said, he is calling or you are calling? Because he is very particular for money. He don't want to waste money on himself. Very particular for money. Whatever penny you want to use in Prabhupada's service, Krishna's service. So he said, you are calling or he is calling? Maharaj, I am calling. So it means too much. No, Maharaj, it's a WhatsApp call. Maharaj, sometimes it's difficult to explain in detail. I said, Maharaj, it's free. WhatsApp, it's just WhatsApp rental. We have to give rental. Anyhow, we have to give rental for, and Wi-Fi. So no, it's a free call. You can say, really, yes, Maharaj. So then okay, connect. Otherwise, give missed call. He will call back. Yes, very particular, and he never travel in taxi. Because he goes everywhere. He said he generally tried to give service to the devotees, disciples. Once it happens, and we went to some festival was there, small place and big festival, so they don't have so many disciples, and so somebody devotee arranged the taxi. So nice taxi, good taxi, but he recognized that this is a taxi. And he asked me, this is a taxi? He asked that devotee, yes, Maharaj. Then he said, I don't prefer taxis, because he want that disciples should drive. and decide, because he want to engage, he want to give service to his disciples. So that is a purification process. He try to engage disciples. That's a so. And money part, many of you knows that I mentioned many times also that he never touched money. I have seen personally in my life while serving Guru Maharaj, he never touched Lakshmi. Whenever somebody comes and give envelope, give Lakshmi, and he said, Dashavatar, he called. And if I am not there, then he'll say Damodar Prabhu or Ajay Gaurang Prabhu, call Dashavatar, and he handed over to Lakshmi to me. And he said, keep it in safe. So, he never asked how much it is. He never asked. And once happened this thing, whenever we travel to some other place, like from Delhi to some other place, before going for a long time, like if you are going for 10-15 days or 1 month, then before that, while leaving, he said, have you checked how much Lakshmi we have? I said, no, Maharaj. So please count and let me know. Because he was very much worried about Lakshmi. I don't say in public, but he was very much worried about the Lakshmi, that we should not keep the Lakshmi, too much Lakshmi in safe. So I said, count. And when I counted and he said, Maharaj, this much of Lakshmi is there. And he, like, open eyes, he said, how much? This much? How can it possible it's this much money? He said, Maharaj, whenever devotees comes, he gives, and I just keep in a locker. Call the accounts department head, call him and give him all the Lakshmi. So like that, because he was very worried about this income tax. It's like a very, small thing. Maharaj, I generally said, Maharaj, puri dunya mein bas aap hi dikhe jo aap dikhe. But he was very careful. He said, call him and give it to this Lakshmi. And then he divided. Give this much to, I give to the total, and then Maharaj said, give this much to Kurukshetra, give this much to TOVP, and keep this much for traveling. So always he just gave the instruction, this much. So immediately the accounts department head, he came and like this. But so we should also think how he is, because money, women, and these things he is very particular. Very particular, because he is a sannyasi, we are brahmachari. He is always teaching us like how to act in a brahmachari life, how to act in a sannyasi life. While dealing with Matajis, whenever Mataji comes and to see Guru Maharaj, sometimes disciple, that is okay, but sometimes many Matajis who are not disciples want to have darshan Guru Maharaj. So Maharaj always say, whenever some Mataji comes, you should stand in the room. Sometimes some disciples come, so we just left. Some personal discussion also there, so sometimes we left. But special instruction, whenever Mataji comes, you should be here. You should be here. Somebody should be here. Or you open the door, keep open. So that, so many times he said that I have to be very careful, because many things were happening. So Maharaj said, can we put CCTV camera in my room? This thing also he said, that I don't know how the other person who is coming to see Maharaj don't know what mentality he is having. So Maharaj is very particular dealing with Matajis. So Maharaj said, always, even when Guru Maharaj's secretary, personal secretary, Madhavamangala Mataji was there, sometime Maharaj calls her for dictating emails in the night. Generally, he dictates emails in the night, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Because whole day he was busy, the only night time was there to dictation, the email, replying emails. So whenever Matajis also come, so Maharaj gave instruction, kept the door open. It's so particular. He is following all the principles of sannyasis. So it's very inspiring for us. So Damodar Prabhu, otherwise I'll forget him.
एक बार जुहू महाराज खारगर मंदिर से जुहू आ रहे थे, तो सडनली मंदिर के पास एक डॉक्टर है ENT का। तो गुरु महाराज प्रभु जी पूछे, इसी रोड पे मेरे ENT डॉक्टर है ना? तो मैं बोला हाँ गुरु महाराज यहाँ पर ही है। तो फिर महाराज बोले, क्या मैं यहाँ पे जाके उनको मिल सकता हूँ? फिर हम बोले कि महाराज अभी अपॉइंटमेंट लिए नहीं, ऑलरेडी भीड़ रहेगा। तो फिर बोले नहीं हम ट्राई करें अभी। फिर हम कुछ बोले नहीं, फिर गाड़ी लिए वहाँ पर ENT डॉक्टर के पास। वो 4th फ्लोर या 5th फ्लोर में उनका है क्लिनिक। तो लिफ्ट दबाया, फर्स्ट जाके मैं लिफ्ट दबाया और लिफ्ट हम दोनों साथ में एंट्री किए लिफ्ट। और सडनली लिफ्ट ऑलमोस्ट क्लोज हो रहा था डोर, और बाहर से एक माता जी आए, लिफ्ट दबा दिए बटन। और फिर माता जी अंदर आ गए, फिर से लिफ्ट पूरा बंद होने वाला था। और फिर महाराज बोले, मैं बाहर जाना चाहता हूँ। तो मैं सोचा रहे ऑलरेडी हम बिना अपॉइंटमेंट में आए हुए हैं, फिर बाहर क्यों जाना चाह रहे हैं। मैं अपने हिसाब से सोच रहा था कि हम जल्दी जाए तो डॉक्टर का अपॉइंटमेंट जल्दी मिल जाए, ज़्यादा लंबा वेट ना करना पड़े। तो फिर मन में सोच रहा था कि अभी ऑलरेडी हम बिना अपॉइंटमेंट में आए हैं। फिर महाराज बोले तो मैं इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलो किया, फिर मिली दबाया, फिर महाराज बाहर आ गए और वो अकेले माताजी लिफ्ट में ऊपर चले गए। और फिर बाहर आके 1 मिनट में फिर बोले मैं ऊपर जाना चाहता हूँ। फिर मैं लिफ्ट दबाया, फिर अंदर गए और फिर लिफ्ट के अंदर गुरु महाराज बोले कि ब्रह्मचारी और सन्यासी इसको अकेले बंद कमरे में नहीं रहना चाहिए। तो मैं सोचा ये तो मेरे सोच से परे ही है। तो महाराज अपने आश्रम में एकदम बहुत ही पर्टिकुलर है। एक बार जुहू में एक बहुत ही एल्डरली माता जी है, ऑलमोस्ट 65 प्लस है उनका, और महाराज के बहुत सीनियर डिसाइपल है माता जी। और माता जी पहले ही बोले थे कि मुझे महाराज से कुछ पर्सनल बात करना है। फिर महाराज का अपॉइंटमेंट लेके फिर माता जी को कॉल किया और महाराज ये टाइम मिलना चाहते हैं। और फिर जैसे माता जी एंट्री किए रूम में, फिर मैं पहले ही माता जी इन्फॉर्म किए थे कि मुझे पर्सनल बात करना है गुरु महाराज से। तो फिर मैं बाहर आ गया और जैसे बाहर आया तुरंत महाराज के जहाँ बैठते हैं उसके पास से कॉलिंग बेल रहता है, 3-4 बार दबा दिए कॉल एकदम। तो फिर मैं बाहर बैठा था, मैं भाग के गया, मैं अभी तो बाहर आया, ऐसा कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट तो है नहीं अंदर। तो फिर अंदर गए, एकदम ऐसे महाराज का स्टाइल ऐसा ऐसे बुलाते ऐसे। तो एकदम कान के पास गए, बोले तुम इसी कमरे में रहना। बोला जी गुरु महाराज। रिगार्डिंग मनी, मुझे पता नहीं ब्रज बिलासपुर को रिमेम्बर है कि नहीं। जब भी पुजारी फ्लोर ओपनिंग हुआ और महाराज पूरा फ्लोर घूम के दिखाए पूरा प्रभु जी, और देखे बहुत सारे लाइट जल रहा है क्योंकि उसी दिन ओपनिंग हुआ था, तो सारे लाइट्स ऑन था। फिर बाद में पूरा कैंपस पुजारी फ्लोर दर्शन करने के बाद महाराज ब्रज बिलासपुर को बुलाए, बोले इतने सारे लाइट ऑन है मंदिर का, बहुत लक्ष्मी इलेक्ट्रिक बिल आएगा। एक बार जू में ऐसे इवनिंग टाइम हो गया है, ऑलमोस्ट अंधेरा हो चुका था, और यूजुअली डिवोटीज इवनिंग टाइम में ज़्यादा मिलने आते गुरु महाराज से। और एक ही सिंगल लाइट ऑन था जो गुरु महाराज के ऊपर था, बाकी रूम पूरा अंधेरा था। तो जैसे रूम के बाहर बहुत सारे डिवोटीज आ गए, तो मैं महाराज को पूछा, महाराज बहुत सारे डिवोटीज आ गए, आप मिलना चाहते हैं। फिर महाराज बोले एक एक करके बुलाओ। फिर मैं सबको अंदर बुलाने से पहले रूम पे सारे लाइट ऑन कर दिया कि ताकि थोड़ा उजाला रहे और अच्छे लुक अच्छा रहे रूम का। तो महाराज जैसे ऑन किया, बोले एक कमरे में इतना सारा लाइट नहीं चाहिए मुझे। बोले गुरु महाराज पूरा रूम अंधेरा है, बहुत सारे लोग वेट कर रहे हैं बाहर, तो रूम का थोड़ा लुक अच्छा रहेगा, इसलिए मैं लाइट ऑन कर रहा हूँ, जैसे वो लोग जाएंगे मैं लाइट ऑफ कर दूंगा। फिर महाराज बोले तुम्हें पैसा कमाना थोड़ी पड़ता है, बोले 1 महीने में मंदिर का कितना इलेक्ट्रिक बिल आया तुम्हें पता है तुम्हें? कुछ नहीं बोला। फिर मैं ऑन रखा लाइट्स, फिर डिवोटीज जाने के बाद फिर ऑफ कर दिया तुरंत।
Like in the beginning, we were saying that how whatever he was doing, he's just connecting everything with Prabhupada. So in the last days, in last 2 years, we saw this feeling of that gratitude for Prabhupada, because we were there when in Delhi, when now 18 centers are there. So while opening the Panchil Center in recent last 2 years in between, so Maharaj is supposed to address, he's giving a welcome address to, and he's remembering Prabhupada, and he immediately cried out. Whenever he was thinking about Prabhupada, he was relating how he was struggling, Prabhupada, how he was struggling alone, and he immediately cried out. Nowadays, we have so much facilities. Maharaj was saying in that welcoming address, we have so much facilities now in ISKCON, and we have to simply focus on our sadhana and everything will happen. But in that days, Prabhupada times, is too much. He was nothing, no help, nothing, and he was struggling alone. You know everything else you read in Prabhupada's struggle in Leelamrit. So he was just, whenever he saw that, and he relates like that, it's we are opening new temples just because of Prabhupada's mercy. Yeah. Now we have so much facility, and that time nobody was helping Srila Prabhupada. That time he was alone, and he just cried out. Whenever these new temple openings and something happened, he immediately remembered Prabhupada's struggle, and he just cried out. Nowadays, he is not able to control his emotions. In last 2-3 years, those devotees who are in very close, they can understand. Immediately he cried out. Many places, the opening of this Panchil temple, then is nearby Delhi temple. We bought one building that for IYF. That also, that now we have so much facility for preaching. Again, that day also he cried out. And once, even in temple, in auditorium, he was giving Bhagavatam class. And in between, he remembering Srila Prabhupada, and he cried out. In last days, he was unable to control his emotions, and whenever he sees Prabhupada's struggles, he cried out. So, means he's so connected with Prabhupada. It's very inspiring how he was like thinking, feeling, willing, everything is for Prabhupada. Once, because generally devotees comes to see Guru Maharaj, and I was just always standing beside Maharaj, and so one group came, I'll not mention the name, city, no. So one devotees came, and there is a difference of opinion. So they came, and they was just telling Maharaj this, that, he was doing like his. So like one group, 5-4 devotees, another group, 5-4 devotees. They are just, you can say, just opinion differences, so they are blaming each other. And Maharaj, because nowadays sometimes it's difficult to speak. The voice is very soft, so it's difficult sometimes speak. But earlier days, you know how he was. Param Karuna Prabhu was there. So they know how Maharaj's voice was like a lion roaring. But now he's very soft, very soft. So they were just blaming each other, and Maharaj was just saying, and they were expecting that Maharaj will say something now. And suddenly Maharaj cried out. Because Maharaj, now what he will say? I gave everything to you. Means I gave Prabhupada teachings, my example. So now you should learn. And now it's at this time, means Maharaj is like going back to Godhead. So at this moment, now how many times I should repeat the same thing? Maharaj want to say like that, but he didn't say, he simply cried out. And what happened immediately, generally he controlled his emotions, but nowadays it was not that. But then what happened? Both the parties, they just bowed down. He said, Maharaj, whatever you will say, we'll do that. But please don't cry. So, means, I just want to mention here that for Prabhupada, whenever he sees Prabhupada struggles, he always cries. And because, so we should at least do the same thing to please Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So, Prabhu. How long we can go, because it's endless. It is endless, Prabhuji. How long we can go? Yes. Yes. It's already 9 o'clock. Yeah.
Now this is what you call nectar, huh? Just listening to it, and hopefully you can continue. Wish we had started earlier. We could have an hour from. Maybe we'll try tomorrow if we get time between. But thank you so much, Prabhuji. You came all the way from India, stuck in Vienna for like so many hours. But Haribo. We apologize. I think many devotees we couldn't finish it up. Otherwise, it'll be going till midnight. So we'll stop now, and we'll see tomorrow if we get more time. I think it's more important to hear the nectar from these two sweet devotees because they're close association. So stop now, and then we'll have dinner prasadam downstairs. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna.